never been exposed like this before. I'm good at shutting you out. I've always had a way of keeping closed. Beating, hiding, I've been calling out your name from the darkness, thinking it's too late. If you're faded, I've been too much on your plate. I'll keep hiding, calling out your name, calling out your name. Since you got me out in the open, now I'm ready to dive in. I know you told you it would be a slow burn. Beating, hiding, I've been calling out your name from the darkness, thinking it's too late. If you're faded, I've been too much on your plate. I'll keep hiding, calling out your name, calling out your name, calling out your name, calling out your name, calling out your name.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Ames race here at Le Mans with our favorite British bloke, Winters. How you doing, man?
Doing great. Thanks for having me again today. It's going to be an exciting race. We got a mythical racetrack for everyone, maybe the most famous racetrack in the world, at least in Europe. You can debate about that from across the pond all day. But,
they'll be calling for ovals, and they'll be throwing hands if you say anything otherwise.
Well, it's a very misshapen oval, this one, but it's somewhat of an oval. Very long oval. We're going to have lap times around 4 minutes here. Very unforgiving with the track limits. We have them turned off for this race. Later on, for the manufacturer GR3 race, they'll be turned on, and that's going to make probably all the difference. But here, we're just going to be watching anyone corner cutting. They'll get a speaking to, but so far it looks like people are keeping it on the track, and Delps is the one to beat, and well, Moose is actually the one to beat with a 358.
Yeah, Moose has looked so good this season overall. I think we have about 5 minutes of practice left before we're going to start qualifying, so we get a few moments to talk about the opener season as a whole. Obviously, we started this season off with the GR86 Cup, and we know how that finished five races in. And for the latter 5 races we've been doing these one makes, I've actually got the point. I misspoke in the last stream that I wasn't sure if we were like following points for these one make series, and we have been. So if I can actually pull this up here, we can take a look to see. Once again, Moose is well, I say destroying, but it's only 3-point difference. Moose is in first place at the moment with 62 points for this opener series. Delps in second with 59, and Marino in a distant third with 36.
Yeah, Moose and Delps really pulling away here. You would expect Arctic and Tony to be up there with them. I believe Delps won the NASCAR race we did, and that's probably made quite a big difference to the points. That race was, not quite luck of the draw, but whoever came out on top and got points there, it was a little more random or down to chaos, I should say.
Yes, yeah, it was a really fun race to watch and commentate over. But also, yes, just a little. I mean, there's skill involved, but also just where do you end up in the pack at the end of the race?
Exactly.
And when do those safety cars kind of, or yellow flags, when do they come into your favor, when do they not? I will say Delps, coming into the opener series, seems to be doing very well, but for whatever reason, that form has not transitioned over to the manufacturer series.
Yeah, so very different tire dynamics here. We have tire wear and fuel wear off in this series, unlike the GR3 Manu series, and that makes quite a few differences. One of the main differences is you start on different tire temperatures, 10 degrees cooler than you do in the Manu series, and some people just find it a lot easier working with the tires with the way the mechanics are. We're not entirely sure how the mechanics are, but we know some drivers really struggle with them who are otherwise dominant in GR3. For example, Philo really struggles with these, whereas someone like Moose, he shines with them. Delps clearly shines with them. Probably Delps has the biggest differential between this style of racing and the GR3 style, where you have still racing tires, but the wear rates are on and the temperatures are all different. And that could be under overdriving, I'm not too sure. But yeah.
It's quite an interesting difference to feel, I suppose, as well, and something to get when we're doing these one makes week to week. Yeah, the tire differences are different, and like I said, maybe in the manufacturer series where we have different, fuel and pit strategies that come into play, as well as I guess damage, and that seems to be something that's kind of affected quite a few people races, where we have heavy damage on, and if you need to pit to get that taken care of, well, then your race is severely compromised at that point, compared to the opener series where it's on white, so it will cure over time.
Definitely, and being potentially a wet race, not for this race, but for the race later on today, we have damage on minnow, I think, so it should repair itself automatically within a couple corners time, which will probably help a few people, but you never know if it's going to rain. There's maybe a 50% chance later in the race, but for this race here, there won't be any rain. It'll be dry the whole way through, dry and cloudy.
Yeah, dry and cloudy is exactly what it's looking like so far. And interesting to note that I think this is the first race that we've done on stream with DRS, which is a whole other thing that these drivers have had to get used to.
Yes, they had DRS, I believe, last week with the Isle of Man TT Subaru, but we weren't streaming it, were we?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't think it was streamed. So,
no.
So you're still correct.
We did race with the season. I forgot that those cars had DRS. Yeah, so all right, they had a week to get used to it.
I'm not sure how the DRS operates in this. Is it a manual or automatic one? I know in the last one you had to manually do it with the boost button, but I'm not sure here if it's manual or automatic.
I would imagine it's manual, yeah.
Okay.
But maybe we can.
Well, we'll see who's braver coming out here and through the Dunlop curve, which is the first curve into the mythical Dunlop complex.
Now, 10-minute quali here. We were talking about this earlier with before stream started, just about the dangers of. Now, granted, we don't have penalties on the opener series, but just getting a clean lap in and not running off track, and we have quite a long lap here. So with
Yeah.
10-minute quality session, you want to make these laps count, right?
Yep, definitely going to have a quick flying out lap here, about 4 minutes, and then a flying lap, another 4 minutes, and then you got 2 minutes left to fit in your final lap with, I think, a 2.5 minute timer on that. So everyone's going to have to get their rush on. You can't dilly-dally on this out lap. We've got some stragglers further down the field. I'm just trying to see who they are. Pado's down the back. He might not get 3 laps in. Shino's towards the back. We know he's got some pace. Ersto can be quick. They're going to have to get a move on if they want to get all their laps in.
Yeah, they will have to boogie a little bit. At least they don't have to worry about fuel wear or fuel use in this opener series. I meant to take a replay of it earlier during practice. I think it was just as we started the stream though. I saw Ersto drifting through chicane. I think it was the first chicane that we just saw there, and I was very impressed that he managed to hold on to it.
Yep. Well, Ersto punished in our last stream race at Watkins for running a bit wide. He knows the rules now, so hopefully he'll keep it on the track any means possible, even if that means drifting.
Yes. I guess the curses of being a newcomer and not being 100% sure on the rules and everything like that. But we fixed that, and
So we've got some jostling for position already here. We've got Specs and Delps fighting for position, trying to get out towards the front. You just gotta drive quick, keep the tire temps up. There's so many straights, they get cold. Ryan's gone a bit wide at the front here. Moose and Tony are running him down from behind, and none of these guys are gonna want to be in dirty air.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's looking like it's shaping up to be fun first. I mean, we're what, halfway through the first lap, the out lap.
Yeah.
And we're getting our elbows out here, so. Yeah.
Normally we'd be well into the first flying lap by now, but we're about halfway around the track going into Indianapolis here. Very tricky, complex set of corners here. You got Indy into Arnage, the slowest corners on the track really, and where you really got to watch your traction coming away because you've got a very long run into the Porsche curves here, and you want every bit of traction possible. Here it's all about getting on that power early, getting the car rotated, getting on the power early, sacrificing a bit of entry speed for some extra exit speed.
These Porsche S's, man, I cannot get the hang of it. For whatever reason, I find it extremely difficult.
So here you can carry a lot more speed than you think. You got to really put it in fourth. I shift there into fifth. It depends on the car. And yeah, there Tony's really running the limits wide. I think he's trying to keep up with Moose to try and get a tow from him. Tony hasn't really had as much practice as he'd hoped because of because he's a dad.
Hey,
he's had bad problems today.
I tried to warn him, man. I tried to.
Yeah. Maybe we should give dads a little less ballast or a handicap. We should have the 10 horsepower for dads.
Right, yeah, give everyone else a ballast.
Yeah, we should vote on it. I don't know if there's enough dads in the Discord to pass the vote.
I'm sure.
But onto the first flying lap. Tony there, lucky we have the penalties off because I think it flashed red on the top, and it's but everyone going into their flying lap here. We're gonna see, is Tony a little too close to Moose? Going into these tricky Dunlop S's here where you want all the downforce you can get. And heading into, again, another technical complex here, the Tête Rouge complex. You got the sweeping left and right chicane. And then you have the really fast Tête Rouge corner on the right. You want to cut as much of that as possible and just keep all your exit speed. And Tony's going to get a great run behind Moose here.
He's going to get that too, for sure.
And yeah, he managed to get more exit speed coming out of there too. So we'll see if he bumps him or if he goes past him. He's gonna overtake him. The wise move. These guys are just gonna have to make sure they don't trip each other up.
And look, here's Moose's about to pull the right hand side of Tony Cow. Oh, he actually brakes just in time.
Yeah.
Wow. Excellent.
And taking a lot of the curve. Very good lines there, very fair lines. I don't think anyone would have got a penalty there. But we'll see as the lap goes on. It's a tricky chicane back there. The braking point is just around where the orange marshals are on the left side. There your braking point
yes.
in Manu, a little further past than you brake.
We've got a small
But I presume here you brake a bit sooner. Here the 100-meter board start trailing at the fencing, and again cutting those curbs as much as you can and getting on the power as soon as possible. Tony going very wide there, very much would be a penalty, but I'd imagine Moose followed him through there.
And then they're found along in the background, on holding his own.
Coming down to Mulsanne corner here, very slow corner, going from 175 miles an hour all the way down to about 30, I think. Let me see, 50 is the apex speed here.
Wow, look at that run that Moose has had on Tony. Granted, the DRS is active, he's got the slipstream.
And again, another one of those corners, you really just got to maximize your exit speed. Going all the way down here into Indianapolis, a very fast right-hander where you don't want to go too wide through. So one of these guys, if they know better, is going to yield before them. But we'll have to see who it is because they're side by side. You do not go through here side by side. There you go, Tony's yielded.
Gonna fall into line. It looks like if this is how the first qualifying lap is going, then we may have. Oh, Tony goes a little bit wide, gets into the gravel. But if this is how the qualifying lap's going, we may have some very fun racing going on.
Yeah. And it's okay there, you can, you ruin your exit there, you only have to pay for it for what, 100 meters at the most.
That's good.
But you ruin your exit on this corner, you're gonna pay for it for the next mile.
Looks like behind this Ryan might have had a moment because he's got Delps and Marino and everyone else up on him.
And Tony behind Moose and the Porsche curbs, you don't want to be there with the dirty air, so he's gonna struggle a bit through here.
Close to the wall, don't they?
Yeah, and you don't need to, I don't think, because you're maybe in these cars, in the Manu cars later, you can be at the edge of grip, really going near the walls more about saving tires than gaining time. Except for into the following corner, into the last corner of the Porsche curves.
Let's see here as we're coming across.
Yep. Through the four chicanes, and neither of them cut them as much as you can, even with track limits on. So there's definitely a lot of time to be saved there, but it looks like Tony's got a quarter of a second up on Moose. Not bad for no practice.
Not bad at all. 4-minute 1 for Delps, 4:04 for Civ Gaming, 4:03.4 for Marino. Puts him up to fourth. Steezy takes fourth away from Marino. And Arctic with a 4:08. Unfortunate lap for Arctic. He must have gotten held up in traffic, I assume.
Yeah. I think that's what, or lost it on a corner somewhere.
That's a possibility as well. Crispy coming with a 4:10. As we can see, that was one flying lap. A long 3-minute, almost 4-minute lap for almost everybody here. And as we go once again, and I mean, 2 flying laps and you're done with qualifying here. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys are able to improve. Once again, though, you have Mooseman leading Tony Cal. So Tony once again getting the toe from Moose down the straights here.
Yeah, and this time Tony's giving him a bump. They're bumping. And Tony's, don't know if that's the best move here from Tony, because he's down on his first sector time. Although that might be a good move, just bumping him in the braking zone so he misses the apex. There you go. Now we're cooking.
Oh yeah, he's feeling tough about that, you know?
Yeah, again. Quarter of a second off, and Tony should know his last lap he had the toe the whole way down there. Now he's bumping Moose, he's helping Moose. I don't know why he's doing it. He's probably just giving Moose the pole.
Interesting tactic there.
But we'll see.
Mr. Belfin in the chat saying, "Let's go race day." I was sad when there wasn't a stream last weekend. Yeah, I apologize, Belfin. We had a family.
Tony's run way wide there, and he's gonna have to yield. Unfortunate, because at that point, I was about to say before Tony ran wide, unless Tony's making the big brain play, which is so long as I overtake Moose, who started the lap in front of me, and I end the lap in front of him, I'll be on pole. So,
well, he was gonna try that, but I don't think he'll be able to.
That might have been what was in his mind, but sadly, that's not gonna work now, I don't think. But you might see someone do that in the manual race. Sometimes it's all about just keeping position there, or stopping someone else getting the pole. Not by blocking them, but you're allowed to run your lap in front of someone else in qualifying if you're on a hot lap.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Tony won't be able to catch up to Moose now, and I think Moose made quite a bit of time. We'll have to wait for his next sector time. So now I think it's down to Moose to not throw away the pole here.
You keep an eye on those guys. Well, I'm gonna take a look at the I say back markers, but the rest of the field, see how they're holding up.
Moose has a terrible Indianapolis. Went way too strong on the brakes for too long. Way too much understeer, and he lost about half a second there, and he's nearly hit the wall at Arnage.
Oh, wow.
So he might have choked this pole. We're gonna have to see when the next sector time comes up.
Let's see if Delp's behind them is able to make anything happen. He is a second down on their first flying lap. So we saw Specs, the flying Irishman, go way off track there. Where is our buddy Specs?
Almost a second down, Moose. So Moose isn't going to improve. Unless he has a magical final sector. I don't think there's 8/10ths to be gained in the last sector. Probably closer to half a second.
We may be looking at a Tony pole, which is
he
could use for sure. He's trying to claw back at these points here, and this is the penultimate race of the season.
Pulled out the superhuman dad strength on the lap there. Oh, and Moose is too wide in the Ford chicane, so yeah, 6/10ths off for Moose.
It's not an improvement for either one. Let's see if Delps is able to improve. He is. Delps takes pole position away from Tony and Moose.
I was just about to say, I think both of them left at least a second or a bit on the table there. So in many ways, I'm not that surprised because I don't even think Delps' time was a particularly good one. But that just goes to show how challenging and difficult a lap it is here, and you can gain and lose time everywhere.
Absolutely. I mean, unfortunate for Tony and Moose. Like you said, Tony was bumping Moose earlier in the lap and wondering why, and then he makes a mistake, and that's game over for him. Moose again made a mistake. Delps just had to really clean that for himself and takes pole away from both of these guys. Arctic ends up fourth.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying Arctic ends up fourth, and we weren't on board for much of their laps, but it looked like he was in traffic for quite a bit more than the other guys. So.
Yeah, he definitely didn't get the laps in he wanted. He had, I think, a 4:08 there, so clearly something went wrong. And again, that qualifying probably goes to show you don't really always benefit from the tow here. Yes, you gain a couple tenths, but you lose them all again in the braking sectors. And when you have to yield to each other, and it's really easy to trip over each other. It might be good when you have a teammate who's willing to sacrifice their laps, but there's only 2 laps. You're probably not going to get that.
No, I don't think so. As we look at the rest of the grid, we have Demon in ninth with a 403. The flying Irishman of Specs does not have the look of the Irish today this weekend. Up in 10th. Civ Gaming looked like he was doing all right in the first lap. Had a mistake. He was not able to improve, I guess, as a 404.6. I'm sorry, 404.8 rather in 11th, followed by Crispy. And then Pato just was not having a good time out there. This is a very difficult track to learn. It's a very long track to learn. I give Pato credit because I know, like I said, you have to put a lot of time into this track to try to learn it. And as you know, there's so many spots to take advantage of, and breaking points to learn that it's very difficult to get understanding of.
Yeah, you got to learn all the track limits. You got to learn what's your braking point, how long are you at 100% for, when do you start trailing, when do you start turning, are my braking points or any of my markers for any of those things I mentioned there in the night, am I still going to see them? There's so much to learn here. There's so many corners to cut. There's so much time to be gained. You gain seconds cutting corners. I mean, I've cut my lap times down by seconds just by cutting corners, and then you cut it 1 pixel too much and you're in trouble. Here, fortunately, we're not going to have to worry so much about that, but for later it's something to watch. But it just goes to show these guys too, you cut that last chicane, the 4 chicanes, you can gain a lot of time. These guys probably all could have gone at least half a second quicker through there. But again, you cut that last curb, the big red one, and you get on the throttle too early and you spin out. and then you're losing what 10 seconds. So
And notably, Tony in chat saying that Moose and himself all stopped using the DRS, trying to get back behind each other. So yeah, they really threw away that pole position, by trying to get the toe and everything else.
Well, Delps is always there to pick up the opportunities, isn't he? So kudos to him being there. I think everyone, they definitely could have done some better lap times, but we'll leave that to the race now. We'll see what they can do. There's going to be lots of back and forth here. You get in the stream and you really have a boost down that straight, but you're going to lose all that time in the braking zone. So it's going to be who wants to help each other, who doesn't. Are people going to get the elbows out a bit? And, some people might compromise on purpose the exits of other drivers just to be able to get down the straight and not have to worry about the toe. So everyone's going to be pulling tricks out, I'm sure. To try and break that toe, try and build a gap. Because that's going to be what wins it or loses it, I think, for them.
I think so. I think it'll be interesting to see if any sort of what the pack's going to look like after the first lap, because I'm sure that we'll have some mistakes even halfway through this first lap, some missed braking points. All of a sudden you're in the dirty air, and like you said, the points where you don't want to be, or maybe you have a toe for the first time going down these straights, headed into the chicane, and you miss your braking point. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of position trading we get in this first lap, and see if, it's once you make a mistake, I feel like it's got to be almost impossible to make up spots.
I think, and I think you're going to see the more experienced drivers really sometimes sacrifice that corner entry for a better exit, like we saw Tony doing it even in qualifying, because everyone knows that it's all about just getting that run the whole way down the straight. Otherwise, you're losing a tenth. If we had the differential on here, or the timer, you'd see you were just losing time the whole way down. It would be going red. So everyone's going to probably try not to do that. There's going to be some odd jockeying, I'm sure, for getting DRS behind each other, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if people time that well. They might not. Sometimes you end up just both losing out by trying to get in each other's draft. But I think the main trick here is going to be to try and break away, and that's going to be harder with no penalty line.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. We're not penalizing slight over, as long as you're not using it to get a 100% advantage. But here we go. Lights are about to go out in 3, 2. What do I think?
5 lights, and someone's made a jump start, I think.
Easy made a jump start, I think, behind him. Whoever's in the goal.
Dino got a jump start. Yeah, I think a couple people there lost out.
Yep.
But Delps comfortably into the first unlock corner, and we're going into the Dunlop S's here. We'll see who can come out ahead. Moose making a move on Tony, getting ahead on the outside. Very nice move there.
Very good. We're looking clean so far, boys. Let's keep it up.
I'm say he just wanted to be behind us for the Mossad. So we'll see. Delps is going to desperately try and make a break at the front here, and we'll see who gets the best lines through Tete Rouge. Delps running very wide there. Little naughty Delps. I know you can hear me.
Oh, we're listening. Or he's listening, I should say. And here we go, down the first straight. As everyone falls into line, DRS is active.
Oh, everyone made it through the first sector, so that's important. Very easy to lose it in the Dunlop complex there.
Wow.
No one making any moves, I don't think. Maybe Apex almost on us though, but
we have quite the gap already too.
Yeah, very tidy from everyone. Very tidy. It looks like Tony's catching up on Moose here. Tony might be about to make a move on Moose. He's flashing him, which means, does that mean we're going to work together? I think it does.
That means we're working together.
He's giving Moose a bump.
Yep.
He's giving Moose a bump, and was Moose going? I thought Moose was going to send it on Delps for a second.
I think he thought about it, but you know what?
Tony's got to be patient here on the exits, and I think he had a very good exit there out the chicane. I think Tony, if he wanted to, probably could maybe overtake these guys. I know he's bumping again.
I think he wants to pull away. He wants to keep the fight between themselves. Notably, Arctic is
Well, 3 wide into more southern corner.
Jeez.
Oh, Tony completely loses it. And Delps, all of them lose it there. They all had a little door banging there.
And looking behind us, it's chaos.
Moose and Delps have lost the most. Delps, just focus on your race. No typing in chat now. Just get the positions back. You're quick. You're quick enough. And now it's Arctic and Tony up at the front, going side by side into Indy.
Yeah, you can just see once again, everyone has started to lose it. Everyone is there. It's a chaos pile-up almost.
Yeah,
oh, no.
I'm not sure who started that there. Tony got very loose on the inside of the track. Oh. And it's Tony and Arctic go side by side through Indy there, and Arctic's come out ahead at Arnage, but Tony's also getting a poor exit there, a lot of wheel spin. So looks like they're going to stay positions there, but Moose is going to be making his way up behind Marino. And Delps has lost another position somehow, but he's now back behind Crispy. So they're both going to be charging back up through the field. Delps losing a lot more time.
Paddle trailing in the back there as well. Back's notably right place, right time. He must have made that turn correctly because he's jumped up many spots now. Yep. Maybe the luck of the Irish is on his side.
Luck of the Irish. I think he started in what, 10th? And St. Patrick's Day has got all the luck he needs.
There it is.
And Arctic also a little bit of luck there. Poor qualifying. Is it 4th? I think he started.
4th, yes.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
4th, but he's leading after the first lap. Who needs qualifying?
Just don't make a mistake and you're okay, right?
Yeah. And let's see, where's Moose? Moose is in 6th. Marino's making moves on Ersto coming into the first unlocked corner. They're going to be side by side through there. Very fair from Ersto not to squeeze him. Cutting the corner a bit there, Marino, but we'll see if he gets it stopped. Just about. Moose past Ersto too, so that's 2 positions down in one or 2 corners.
Yeah, I think he compromised his entry and then went wide on getting out of that chicane, and then
we're gonna have a couple battles coming out of Tete Rouge onto the Mulsanne here. We're gonna have Tony's just keeping it behind Arctic on purpose there, I think, and Moose is gonna be making ground on Marino.
We'll see if Marino has the strength to keep Moose off, or if Moose just has that raw pace. I mean, obviously he's gonna be getting the toe here, so he'll be up.
Tony's going for the pass. I think Tony's going to make it stick fine. Easy going for one on Ersto too, and Moose on Marino. I think Tony's through at the front though. Running like very wide on exit, but he's going to make it stick. Moose is just about through on Marino, maybe?
Marino's not making it easy. Marino managed to stay ahead.
Well done. I did a lot of laps here with Marino last night, and he made a lot of improvements.
That's good.
But he's still got a lot of time to find.
And Moose here playing he's bumping Marino. He's taking the lead out of Tony.
Yeah.
Let's work together, he says. We come back down to the second game of the lap here, and another hard braking point coming into this left-hander. It was it's a little dangerous there, but he managed to keep in line, and Marino once again leads.
Yeah. A bit weird. He turned his DRS on mid-corner there, I think. I don't know if that's... I don't know. I don't quite know how it works. I don't know if you do it manually or automatically.
So you have to hold the button down. It doesn't just stay
open.
Have
to, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Arctic was complaining about it. It's not good for your thumbs, as he was saying. I agree, but
no, that sounds very annoying.
It's annoying on controller. If you have the button on a wheel, maybe it's a little bit different. But it would also be nice to just be able to toggle it.
Shame you can't just map it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I play games before where you can map that stuff to the throttle.
And it would just open automatically.
Which is probably what you want, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're on the throttle, yeah.
Very funny.
But I don't know if you can do that on there. Maybe you can. We always used to try our best to break the games doing things like that. Let's see here, Arctic and Tony very close into Arnage here. Looks like Arctic is getting a better exit. And Arctic's probably going to challenge him into the Porsche curves. And Moose is still behind Marino, all these corners.
Wow, Marino's doing
So Marino doing a great job. Oh, and Arctic bumping Tony instead of getting on the inside there.
Maybe he's hoping that Tony would have gone a little deep, but Tony managed to keep it in line here.
Yeah, and Spec still keeping a respectable gap. Considering he was in the 2 minutes for his quali times.
Right, yeah. He's managed to keep up. I mean, kind of keep up with these guys ahead of him. And I guess the fighting with Moose and Marino as well, maybe helping him out.
Yeah. We'll see how close they can get through Maison Blanche here towards the 4 chicanes and cut. No one's really cutting enough. Not that I can see. Yep. You can take a lot more speed through there. Everyone's dropping about half a second, I think.
And once again, Arctic bumps Tony. Arctic wants to get away.
I don't know if they're trying to make a breakaway from Moose, maybe. I'm not too sure.
I think so. I think Arctic knows this is his chance to fight for first place at least. You know, I think he's got with the 3 of them there, they've got podium pretty easy, assuming they don't make any big mistakes.
Yeah, it's just about whether Moose or Delps have enough time to catch back up. Delps already up into 7th, just past Ersto, just past Shino, and past Crispy too, and he can see 3 people ahead of him, very close now.
Yeah, he is quickly approaching Moose, and you know that will be a fight that he's not going to win easily, I don't think.
He's got Steezy, Moose, and Marino ahead of him, and he can see them, so he's definitely made ground on them. Because he was a lot further back.
He's been doing a good job. Yeah. I was about to say, if we take a look at his lap time, but we have 2 laps, so it's.
Yeah. Well, he's got the purple. He's got the purple lap time.
That's true.
And by a considerable amount, by 3 seconds on the guys ahead of him.
Yes.
By 2 seconds on the leaders. So he's definitely making up space, making up ground here. And I have to say, I didn't see him cut any corners, so I think he's doing it legit.
Oh man, I just cut to Ryan and Civ Gaming and Demon going side by side into the first chicane. Ryan went wide, so he just went straight and gave the position back to Demon. That could have been a fun fight.
And say Tony and Arctic side by side into the 2nd chicane here. Arctic staying just ahead.
Oof.
But they're definitely challenging each other, and Specs is getting even closer now, within half a second.
If you're Specs,
and
are you
Specs
try to fight?
actually, well, Specs had a quicker lap time last lap than either of them, and quicker than Marino, quicker than Moose. Only person quicker than Specs is Delps. And Delps here coming up on Steezy. I wouldn't mind betting he's about to send it.
Ooh, I think now he's real close. Let's see.
Yeah, that was a bit. He shouldn't have done that.
No.
Delps, you're gonna have to give that position back, Delps.
Yeah.
I know you can hear me, Delps. Give it back.
Yeah, he managed to bump Steezy in the braking zone.
Yeah, Delps, I don't think you can keep that, I'm afraid. Well done. There you go.
There you go. Atta
Well
guy.
done, Delps. Attaboy. You're quick enough, Delps. You can win this.
Pat him on the back.
Just be patient.
Steezy's going to enjoy that. He'll be happy about that.
I think he will, yeah, because that is very annoying when you get hit from behind and then lose out. And Delps has the pace to overtake him. So Delps, you got to be patient. We want to watch you, see how high you can climb.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of time. Obviously, they're still close enough, and thankfully it didn't ruin Steezy's race by any means. And there we go.
No.
They're working side by side now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And I think Delps will get past Easy here. You just got to keep it on the track, Delps. No crashes from you.
There we go. Good pass.
Well done. And look up front, we got 3 within tenths.
Yeah, I think, wow, Specs has turned on.
He has. We'll see what the lap times are, but he's got a quicker lap time. That's for sure. We'll see how much they cut the chicanes here. Not bad through the first start. It's this second part here they haven't been cutting enough.
Can you do when you're cutting it, then would you go almost over the red sausage strip? Like
Especially
put your two right wheels on the red side of it?
Without track limits on. With track limits on, yes. Without track limits on, no brainer. You're not gonna get a penalty there, and you can carry so much speed through there. The way you do it, you turn in early, second gear for that first chicane, the left-hander, and you cut the hell out of that. Quick flip on the throttle between the chicanes, and gather a bit more speed that you lost. Just straight line it over that curb, no steering input, as fast as you possibly can, and then progressively get back on the throttle as soon as you're on the tarmac and run it all the way out wide. You can run it very wide there, and you're still in track limits. And here, without the risk of actually, the main risk is that left-hander, not the right-hander, when we're doing the Manu race later. But without that risk here, you just want to basically straight line that whole thing.
They get as straight as possible.
Yeah, you save half a second. I mean, it's a slow corner. You take that corner not double the speed, but you can take a lot more speed through there. It's really easy to overslow when you get to these slow speeds. The brakes are very sensitive. Just a tiny bit more brake pressure will drop another 10 miles an hour off.
Right.
So it's so easy to lose a lot of time there.
You want to take note, Delp's currently about 3-second gap from Moose ahead of him, and we know Moose and Marino are going to be fighting, so we'll have to keep our eye on that Delta and see if he's able to make up time as this lap goes on. I want to check up, see how things are doing behind him. We have Steezy followed by Ersko, followed by Shino. Shino, I think, qualified up in 5th, but I think they're part of that carnage. Oh, I say carnage. I mean, there was just a handful of guys going off. And I think, unfortunately for him, he's down stuck in 9th. There's Civ Gaming currently in 10th, second and change, almost 2 seconds ahead of Demon, 11th. And then we got Crispy. Crispy is closely following Demon, and unfortunately,
Crispy's in the commentator's curse.
I
was going to say, I scrolled down to Crispy and I went, hey, he's not facing the right way.
And then we have the Zugger.
Tony and Arctic side by side, and Specs very close behind them, coming up towards Indy. So Specs is making an overtake on the outside. He's going to take them both though. Very wise from Specs here, backing off.
Wow.
Arctic a bit wide, having to back off the gas there.
Let's see here. Who's going to get the best exit?
Not bad from Specs, actually.
Oh. Behind them, we have Moose.
He maybe messed the gears up, though. I don't think he got the right gears, but he got the best line.
That gap.
That's another thing about this track. You really got to learn the gears for exiting every corner.
I imagine for that corner too, especially to get the rotation, you're maybe downshifting and then you upshift on the exit for traction.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this, but the way I do that corner, just before the second Gantt sign on the right, 100% threshold braking, start trailing it off. Right, the second the curb on the left starts, you start trailing it off. You shift into first gear early. You turn in just before the end of that curb, and you want to be in second gear and slightly on the throttle before you even touch the apex.
Oh wow!
Just to get that early,
Earlier.
And again, we'll see them come through the 4 chicanes. Specs is cutting more of it, but none of them are wanting to cut the last corner for some reason. None of them want to hit that red bump. I think probably they're afraid of spinning out on it, and I think that's also partly where people are trying to run throttle over it, and you just got to come off the throttle when you go over there. No steering input.
I didn't get to catch it in time, but I wonder if Delps may have, after hearing us, may have done that. Is his gap now to Moose is 1.5 seconds.
And he's down to a 58 flat very quick. And you see that inexperience from Mulsanne corner where he hit Steezy from behind. That lost him 3 seconds, which if he had, he'd be in 4th place right now.
Right.
So he's catching these guys up. I have to keep watching. You know, you always have to watch when we have no track limits on, just to make sure no one's cheesing 3 seconds from going wide. But I haven't seen him do anything egregious.
No,
You know,
not.
this is a track where you really can gain 2-3 seconds.
Here you go, Tony
Tony
Cowell
at the
with
front.
making the move. He says, I've been looking at the rear end of someone else for far too long. Time for me to lead. And leading he is. He gets safely ahead of Arctic. Very nice for that first screen.
And also, that's a line there I really wish you could take in the Manu race. The track limits, there's the white line.
Okay.
But I feel you should be able to touch the curb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know when I've done practice here, I was like, I had no idea where I was getting track limits from. I said, why am I getting track limits here?
Marino very close on Moose. Does that mean Moose has overtaken Marino? I think
Moose
it has.
overtaken, yep.
Oh, Moose is going to run a bit wide. It's not going to get as good a run out towards Mulsanne corner here. Moose has really compromised his exit. And Delps is going to be watching them and gaining time all the way there. About 1.5 seconds back now.
Delps is licking his lips, I'm sure. And now Marino's able to see that gap now between himself and Delps. And he's going to be wondering, wow, where did this guy come from? As he pumps Moose.
Yeah. And you never know, Moose might get a bit too much speed there and run wide because of that. Yeah, he has.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was going to happen.
You know, and it is hard because he was bumped so close to the corner. By the time Moose realized, he was, I think, a little slow to brake early there because of the extra speed.
By the time he got pumped, he probably had to start braking.
And it's hard to tell because of the lag. You never know how close or far it is from the braking zone. But that's something to watch in the race later on. You get a bump draft from behind, make sure you brake early.
Yeah, I think this is a good learning experience for a lot of these guys going into the next race as well.
Oh, Moose wide there, losing some traction. Let's just see what gear. It looks like no one's going down to first.
No.
But Delp's getting really good exit there. He's very close now.
He's extremely close now after that incident.
And we got about 10 minutes left at the end of this lap, which means we're going to get, what, 3 laps racing?
Yep.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, for these guys, for the back, maybe get a lap cut off, I think.
Yeah.
Very close racing now. Delps is able to see these guys awfully close. He's within slipstream range as well.
Oh, very, very sideways there. A bit too much brake there, Delps. Delps taking a better line though there through into Maison Blanche. Don't want to run that wide later, get a penalty. But Delps has got a very good run on Moose and Marino. We'll see if he's willing to cut a bit more of the chicane here.
Yeah, we're on board with him now actually, so let's see. What line does he take? He cuts it a bit more than the other guys, but not
a little more, but
so.
still, I don't know why none of them are running over the red.
Maybe they're scared to get, they don't want to be seen cutting it that much.
Yeah. It's funny though, because you can, even with track limits on. Oh, I think Delps outbraked himself there and had to go for a move. That's what it looked like to me.
Oh.
I don't think Delps was actually going for a move there.
We'll catch that rewind real quick because I didn't get to catch that here. Let's see here.
Yeah, he managed to avoid them, but I think he just was a bit surprised by how early they braked.
Maybe a bit of dirty air as well coming into play.
Yeah. He's down 8 tenths in that first sector on his best.
Thankfully he'll be making some of that up here.
Tony with a great run on Arctic again.
The Arctic managed to get ahead once again. We're trading places here.
And what's going on here? He's through, he's back through it.
Specs turns into the Spectator with a fight for first.
Yeah, and he's doing well there. I mean, he's almost a 5-second gap back to Marino now, so he's doing something right. And get him a St. Patrick's Day podium. And these guys ahead of him, they go off. He's got only a couple laps. He's got to keep that gap, and the gap's growing behind him.
Yeah, he's if they manage to take each other out, then you're absolutely right. He's got first and he's got a growing gap. So, I mean, the fight between Moose and Marino, actually, Delps is now overtaking Marino. He's
right on the
Moose
bumper,
and Marino.
Moose.
He's the Delps and the M&M sandwich. And
I have to say he's quicker than them all.
Here we go. He's pulling alongside.
Moose might not be so happy about what happened earlier, and he might be, he's got the inside. We'll see how much respect he shows Delps here.
He goes side by side.
He's pushing him wide. Yeah, he's pushing him wide.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that was always going to happen there, given what happened at the start of the race.
I think Marino did a good job of just avoiding Delps there, too. He was kind of just had to react there, right?
And I think for Delps, it's maybe another experience thing there. When you've upset someone earlier in the race, rightfully or wrongfully, and you've had an accident, you know they're going to be aggressive when they have the inside on a line like that, and they're not going to let you overtake them there. And you've just got to sometimes just yield the position and get in the slipstream for the next corner and overtake them there.
He's still close enough. I mean, he's behind Marino.
Well, and Moose is up on Specs. Specs must have made a bit of a mistake here.
Yep.
Although, I mean, they've just gained 5 seconds in the space of a couple corners, but also Tony and Arctic must have lost a lot of time. Specs down to 4th now.
Yeah, because let's see, Moose is within 3 seconds of Tony now.
This is going to be a brutal couple corners for Specs, I think, because he might find himself going down from 3rd into 6th place.
Very quickly. Moose is going to be happy that he's back up in 3rd now, and he's got 2 people between himself and Delps.
Yep. And Moose's pace still not quite on the leaders, but not far enough off. He's going to have to get quicker if he wants to get the gap down.
It's very wide.
Delp is going to have to just overtake all these people.
Yeah, you know, I mean...
Don't feel good about the Porsche canes here. They're all very close to each other. Let's see. Cut the corner, Delps. There he is. He's done it. See?
There it is.
It's straight in the back of Marino because he's going too slow.
Why is he so slow?
Because he's not cutting the corner.
Yep. And Arctic, so we have quite a few fights going
Is
on.
Marino going to send it? Oh, is Delps going to send it? Yeah, he is. Marino's not going to be happy about that, but that was probably fair, just about fair. Bit hard to tell from where I'm watching.
Well, we can pick on that.
Delps is definitely quicker through that sector. Yeah. What's he going to do here, though, with Specs? Both going to run very wide. Delps gave Specs a big boost through Tete Rouge there. A bit of a dangerous place to do that. But
let's see, Delps up to 5th, has Specs ahead of him. Awfully close, though. He's getting pulled in by the toe.
Yeah. I think Marino's just got to keep his head down here because he'll be pretty annoyed about what just happened. He's also going to be annoyed seeing Delps go completely off the track there and cut all the corners ahead of him.
I think Specs and Delps both just went they outworked themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And that's a 3-second penalty I think you'll be getting there.
Yeah, I think
for
so.
later on. So,
yep, Marino. I think Marino's gotten a lot. I mean, we've said before how much Marino's improved this season in general. But I think also just being able to shake things off, he's gotten much better at it.
Yeah, he has.
It's easy to get upset when you're affected by something like that, or you see things like that. But if you keep to yourself and race smart, then hopefully you can get beyond that.
No, and of course he's right to be angered by it, but anger doesn't really buy you anything when you're trying to win or overtake someone else.
Right. We are going to jump back here to check out the rest of the grid. We have not gotten to check out much of it.
Specs wide with Delps, and I think Marino's going to get the run on Specs. Crispy in chat, I can make someone upset. Not sure what happened with him. What's happened with him? Demon and Crispy fighting, perhaps. Down towards the back.
How did Crispy type that?
I think he pressed start on the straight, didn't he?
He must have. Yeah, because Crispy's up to 11th, Demon in 12th, Paddle in 13th. Live Gaming holding 10th securely. He had a bit of a fight with
Reno also passed Specs, so Specs down from 3rd into 6th, unfortunately.
There we go. We called it a little bit earlier, didn't you?
Well, those 3 drivers behind are just so quick, and Specs is doing some good lap times too, but he just had a howler of a lap last lap, 4:06, and this lap I don't think he's doing a lot better either. So he's 7 seconds slower. It's amazing just how. Go ahead.
I was just saying, we're back on board with Arctic and Tony, and I am amazed at how much these guys have been training and fighting this entire race.
Yep, and this is going to be the last lap we're about to go into. So,
yeah, it's going to be, they're still close enough where they're going to be pulling each other in with the toe.
And Moose is gaining time, but Moose and Delp's very wide through that corner there. Not a kosher line.
Not a good one. I like the way that you did
But
that.
let's see. I always forget the name of that corner. It's not. You have the S's to karting. Are they the karting S's? I think they might be.
You would know better than I. I'll nod my head and say yes, though, if it makes you feel better.
Let's see what. I'm not sure what they're called. Turn 27.
We can make them the Ames S's.
The Ames S's.
And here we go, the final lap for this race. And still, this is some close fighting that we got for P1 and P2, I guess.
It's called Virage Dupont.
See, I told you, omelette du fromage. It's, a oui, a baguette.
Curve Dupont. And then the S is du carton.
We should do some French Duolingo lessons here.
Yeah. Maison Blanche is enough for me. Of course, the White House, which I'm not sure where the White House is now, but because I can't see it, but must be there somewhere.
It's hiding.
I'll say it down. Yeah.
Let's
and of course, this is a normal road the rest of the year. We're driving down here on the Mulsanne.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can see either side. You got some industrial estates, some houses. There's a farm there.
I love to go for a casual drive on these streets, and I'm on Le Mans. I made it.
And you can. I think you go to the race or you go to the classic. You can drive down here.
Interesting move by Specs to bump trap Torino. I wonder if he's just trying to stay behind for a little bit longer the lap so he can pull ahead later.
Just trying to make him go wide like Moose.
Oh, no, I think he's pushing a little bit wide there.
Yeah, I mean they might both be a bit angry with Delps, so they might be trying to bump their way up to him and then bump him off.
That's a good point.
Oh, and look up here, Tony, side by side with Arctic down into Mulsanne corner. He's just made the move stick. But we know Tony, you probably won't want to be ahead here going into Indy.
No, I think that he's in a dangerous spot with how well Arctic's been driving today.
Yeah, and now in this last lap is where you might be wanting to compromise the driver behind on those exits. You can really park it on the apex, force them to get off the throttle or to bump you.
Right,
and
right.
you just want to make sure you give the driver behind the worst possible exit onto the straight as fairly as you can.
You know what I just realized too, I think, is that Tony and Arctic are tied for this open series. So.
And this Carnage corner here is going to be make or break, and Tony's got he's gone wide there. Tony's really going to have to maximize, and he's gone wide. He's wide, and he's fucked up the exit.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Oh, and Tony blocks. Oh, can't do that. Oh, no.
Oh, Tony.
And that was critical for Tony, those two corners there.
Let's see here. He's still alongside. Well, almost.
And did he give himself dirty tires there? I don't know. I don't know.
I think he might be okay.
Gonna race all the way down to the line here. Tony, you can hear me. Cut the last turn.
maybe this is the moment he's been waiting for.
Yeah. Everyone's been avoiding the red curb. I don't know why. Tony's gonna run it out wide here, isn't he? Yep.
Yep.
And we got there's a bunch of the four chickens to go.
Well, Arctic is making it very difficult though. He's driving very well. 3/10 ahead.
Cut the curb.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh
no.
So close.
Very close though.
Well done to Arctic though. Great race from Arctic. Really great defensive drive from Arctic too, and 4th place starting and winning the race.
Wonderful job.
Good comebacks from Moose and Delps, getting back onto the podium and 4th. I'm sure they'll both be a bit upset, and I'm gonna have to love you and leave you in a second because I've got a race to do.
Yes, good luck, my friend. You have penalties to handle on that race, so best of luck. You have the benefit of not having run this race prior without penalties. But the rest of the guys are gonna be so used to those lines now and you'll be safe.
A boy can dream, but we'll see. I say if no one's in the 54s or 55s for quali, we've all done bad laps. So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a bit of a race of attrition and the penalties there. Well done to everyone racing. I'm gonna leave you for now and leave you in the capable hands of Wally and Ryan.
Thank you, man. It's been a pleasure.
And all the best, everyone.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
And there we have it. The opener series, our first race of the day, ends with Arctic on taking 1st place, started 4th place, Tony Cow in 2nd, and Moose taking 3rd. Moose had a long race behind Marino there. Marino was putting up quite the fight. Delps made an early mistake, had a iffy incident, gave him position back, still managed to fight back up to 4th. Really good job, Delps. Are you saying your hand hurts? I don't doubt it, dude. I don't doubt it. And that corner lap one was kind of a mess for a lot of people, but we made it through. Specs had a solid race as well. Honestly, very good to see for most of the guys here. But kudos to Arctic, man. Those are some big points he's going to be picking up there. And even Tony Cow coming in 2nd was going to be big points. Considering the fact that Moose was leading and he came home 3rd, that's extremely. I don't want to be spectating. That's really good to see. So before we take a short break for the Group 3 series, we'll take a look to see here. Delps getting fastest lap as well with a 35.8 dead. Excellent. No one else was really close to that. Oh, I don't know, maybe you got some clean air and then you're able to make the most of it, which is awesome. But really good job. Go take that extra point, man. You got Specs in 6th. Specs had a good race overall, just unfortunately didn't have the pace, I think, to keep up. Yeah, Tony, man, fighting the entire race, whether it was Moose or then Arctic, man, and then fighting yourself at the last lap, the last lap, man. You got Ursto in 9th, Civ Gaming holding 10th, Demon with 11th. Demon just got back from vacation and jumps into racing today, so kudos to him for doing that. Crispy in 12th, and Pato, the Resin Zugger, with 13th. We will be right back as we take a short break and get ready for the Group 3 series, Manufacturer Series, here at Le Mans Omelette de Fromage. Stick around and we'll be right back.
Never thought I'd believe in miracles. You made me realize that you're the only one. Don't need to tell me what the future holds. Oh, I'll be fine, 'cause we'll be laying in the sun. So you can let your head down. I'll hide all of your worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. Don't need to make plans, it's all in your hands. I'm too busy, I'm spending all my time with you. Driving through the states, don't know what awaits. It don't matter, I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time.
I'm spending all my time with you. Oh, I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. I've seen your smile light up the darkest rooms. I'll put your love on top, 'cause I know you will too. You get more beautiful like flowers bloom. I've never felt this yet, it feels like deja vu. So you can let your hair down, I'll hide all of your worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. So you can let your hair down, I'll hide all of your worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. Don't need to make plans, it's all in your hands. I'm too busy, I'm spending all my time with you. Driving through the states, don't know what awaits. It don't matter, I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you.
I didn't wanna see you when you came home, 'cause you always try to hurt me, and that's so low. When I talk to you about it, you're in defense mode. Oh, 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 oh. How can we work on ourselves when you say no? Oh, 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 oh. I'll never go on like this, so don't you think you got me up? Yeah, I can't seem to deal with this. You try so hard to pull me in. I'll never go on like this, so don't you think you got me up? Yeah, I can't seem to deal with this. You try so hard to pull me in.
She got me hooked up. Well, she pulling me in like a black hole, trapped in a grip and I can't break. Out of control and I can't feel my soul and my heart on my damn face. 'Cause I ain't be nothing without her. A king with no queen and no damn kingdom, serving up hate with a cold vengeance. Fuck, but I hate it, we can't slay. Yeah, she's got me hooked, I'm down, I ride. Leaving, she tried to kill me, I can see it in her eyes. Yeah, she's got me shook, this my demise. I'm bleeding, can someone heal me? I can't deal with no more lies.
I'll never go on like this, so don't you think you got me up? Yeah, I can't seem to deal with this. You try so hard to pull me up, baby. I'll never go on like this, so don't you think you got me hooked? Yeah, I can't seem to deal with this. You try so hard to pull me in.
Últimamente nuestras charlas son comparecencias. Un pasito más para la indulgencia. Un abogado por si acaso, y si el juez está de paso, termina dictaminando la sentencia. Salimos presuntos de inocencia. Pasito para atrás por si nos arrepentimos. Si nadie es culpable, pues culpamos al destino con él. de ayer lo dijimos. Y si nos vamos, de nadie nos despedimos. Villa la vez, había un coche que lo limo. Y no lo saben, pero hace 5 dimos. Nena, por tu forma de hablar, intuyo que son comparecencias, un pasito más para la indulgencia, un abogado por si acaso, y si el juez está de paso termina dictaminando la sentencia, salimos presuntos de inocencia, pasito para atrás por si nos arrepentimos, si nadie es culpable pues culpamos al destino con el
could set you free, 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 free. Show you what this world could really be. Here with me. I could set you free, 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 free. Off the pain and misery and let you be. Here with me. I could set you free. Show you what this world could really be. Set you free, 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 off the pain and misery and let you be. Here with me, I could set you free. 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 Set you free.
Welcome back, everybody. What's going on? We no longer have the British bulk here, but we have Ryan, Sid Gaming, who just finished up a race.
Oi, mate, what are you talking about?
Oi.
No,
Oi.
yeah.
Well,
I'm here after my race.
Yeah, how did it go for you?
It was, all right, so obviously I started, you know what, I'm happy with it. I gained one place. I kept it clean for the most part. The places where I wasn't clean, I like slowed down to give people back their spots or whatever. And even like places where I know I went off, like a couple times around the chicanes, I'm sure a lot of people too also missed their braking points. I didn't engage DRS right away, or I would slow down because I was just like, let's make it a little bit fair, right? Like even if I knew Demon was far behind me, at a couple points, I felt like I was doing the right thing. And did everyone else? Probably not, especially if you're fighting people.
Right.
But with the lack of penalties there, I think it's important to sort of like self-police yourself. So no, it was a lot of fun. Honestly, I never was really a fan of Le Mans, but I think it's really like after that race, seeing how I was consistent, slow. Let's face it, I was 4 to 5 seconds off the pace of the faster people. But it's a track that you just have to get the time in and the reps in. But it's such a long track to do that in.
Yeah.
and that's why I feel like I haven't gotten any better at it. You know.
I feel that. I get it.
But no, it was fun. I had a couple of I had a great start because I guess a couple of people ahead of me had full starts. I had a couple of nice fights with Demon. I think I fought with Crispy very little, but just a little bit. Yeah, no, it was good, but it was a very lonely race, you know, because if you're not sticking with the pack up front and no one is there for you to work together with, that's it. Like, my last few laps were very lonely. Yeah. But, you know, it's interesting because, you know, like, I'm definitely still learning this track. It's something that I just, like I said, you need to put in the reps. So it was pretty good.
Yeah. It's such a long track. It's like, yeah, a lot of it is a couple of long straights, but like to have to, you know, and then practice. Like the circuit experience, I think for this track is probably one of the most beneficial because it does break up the parts. Like it breaks up the track into the different segments. Because otherwise it's like it's impossible. You know, you want to practice one thing, you have to go do a fucking 4-minute lap.
Exactly. You fuck up at the end of that lap. You know what I mean? Like, so I even like, you know, during our practice this morning, I would fuck up and then I'd throw in auto drive and then I'm like, oh, let me pick up when the lap starts. It's like, no, you know, it's just like when you're practicing music. You don't want to start from the beginning every time. You have to start from here and there. Like, you know, one of the things that I wish we could do in this is pick a point on the map where you can start. Maybe it doesn't have to be anywhere, but maybe put a few checkpoints or maybe even start at different sectors around there.
Right.
Just for practice, because you can get used to going into these corners without having to spend the time doing a full lap. And don't get me wrong, like doing a full lap is almost always going to be beneficial. But in this case, like I felt pretty confident at one place and not another. It's like, okay, I got to do a fucking 4-minute lap.
Exactly.
You know, and I hope I don't, you know, like, yeah, this is the part of it is like, oh yeah, you know, you might mess it up. And we're going to see a lot of penalties now that we're in the group 3. Let me tell you, we did this Thursday night, man. I don't think anyone had a clean lap.
Well, it's funny because I was just talking to Winters about the penalties, and I said maybe you have the benefit of not running the opener series. That was, you know, we didn't have the in-game penalties on because everyone else can be used to those ones now.
Yes. Oh God, yeah.
He started clean, right? But we'll see. Real quick before I know we're in practice right now. I'm sure we'll be getting underway with Quali here in just a few. I do want to take a look at the points because we're at the penultimate race of the series, right? So,
that we are.
Pull
that we are.
Driver points real quick. We've got Winter in first place with 150 points, followed by Moose with 145, and then Tony and Arctic tied again for third with 123 points. They were tied in the opener series as well previous to this.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
and Arctic was up there fighting with them today. Who won, by the way? Or what was the top 3 last race?
It was Arctic, Tony, and then Moose.
Oh man, yeah. Arctic, man, good for him.
Arctic was in the right place at the right time. And with that incident on the first lap where like half the grid went deep, he managed to not go deep, and from there on he was fighting with Tony for first.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I saw like you're talking about the turn after the straights.
Yep.
Yeah. So lots of people go off. I saw Demon go off twice. That man definitely has pace around here. He just couldn't keep it together. Yeah. And that turn is son of a bitch for sure.
Yeah, it is.
But
real quick,
yeah.
We also have Marino in 5th with 83. Obviously, you know, he's not gonna, he won't really be fighting for the podium at this point in the season. But you know, he's 18 points ahead of Shino in 6th. Marino has had a wonderful season.
Absolutely killer season.
Yeah, great season. And
man is killing it.
Yeah, he's doing great. So very happy to see that. So Tony and Arctic, if they want to fight at all, these last 2 races are going to be absolutely massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Tony's got to put it together.
Yeah, they need to win. Tony's had a really rough season.
Yes,
you know,
yes, he has.
And Arctic, I think, it's mostly probably been a car thing.
Yes. I was going to say the same thing. I think that Tony's been his own worst enemy for the most part, and Arctic just had a weaker car in the first half, right?
Yep.
And we really don't know how strong this VGT is, but he seems to be happier in it, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really strong around this track.
Yes. Yeah, this track is pretty wild and what we could do with the the tuning and stuff. Like, because that last car, it was stock. We did racing hards and called it a day, and it was a fantastic. I love that GT3 RS. I bought it as soon as they put it in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
And then, of course,
GT2, whichever one it is.
as well, we also have the team points going on.
Yes.
And no surprise here with winter leading, we have the CGR Zug Racing, Winter Crispy Paddle, 185 points. Followed by the it was previously French Revolution, now the Kamikazes of Arctic and Specs with the 178.
That doesn't surprise me. I think we called that early on, didn't we?
That they were going to be probably the strongest team.
Yeah.
Because even if they're not picking up podiums every week, they're both usually top 6, I'd say. For most
7, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then probably third is Franken. I know that's not how you say it, but for some reason that's just in my head. Yeah, we got that Krang and Wang in Motorsports with Moose and Purple. And then once again, real close is Tony and Demon with DT Renenworth with 170. MN Racing in 5th. CZ Marina with 129. YS Racing with Carlton and Chino with 96. Who Carlton's been away for a couple weekends, leaving Chino to fend for himself, man.
Yeah, it's not helping him out at all, right?
Martini Racing with Delps and Ersto. And we know that, Delps doing fantastic in the opener series, has not had as much luck in the manufacturer series. And also he's had some teammates that have come and gone and haven't really done anything. So, some of these are, you gotta put an asterisk next to it. But as far as the guys fighting for top 3, I guess, everyone's been here for the most part I mean, if Purple had missed a couple races due to his wheel not working, our Kamikazes and then maybe tied, who knows?
Yeah, and even you can't write off Tony and Demon. I gotta say, I am feeling like Demon hasn't had the most stellar season, especially compared to last. And I'm sure he kind of feels that way too, but he's still a solid driver, right?
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about that. He just hasn't. I guess he's like Curly of his Three Stooges right now.
I feel like a lot of the, we've said it before.
Oh, Pato.
Maybe apart from what we're seeing on screen right now, but a lot of the rest of the grid has really come up, right? Like we keep on seeing.
Yes.
The fight for the top 3 has gotten closer. Top 5 has gotten closer. Top 6. So maybe last season where we didn't have as many strong drivers now, it's harder to get up into those points. So like a good race for Demon this season might be 6th or 7th.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, like we said, the P1 through 4 typically is so close, and then 5 through 10, 11 is so close. So, it all just depends on strategy, right, as well as consistency, and we keep talking about those things. I am curious, though, what Winter's team would look like if they took the average of Pato and Crispy's points and used that with Winter.
Yeah, maybe that would be the better way of doing it.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that. Just because, he is getting, as much as Crispy and Pato are towards the back and not bringing in as many points, it's still possibly contributing, or just maybe a non-issue.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. But yeah, it'll be something to discuss. So,
did you get any time in this car this week? Or in this track?
Nope.
No.
I kind of refuse to be honest. I just, man, again, I know you're not a big fan of this track. I'm not a big fan of this track. I love seeing it. I just don't like driving it because, and I know a large issue is because I don't know it. And if I did just practice it more, then I'd probably enjoy it more.
We're crazy. I can respect it.
Yeah.
I started enjoying it more as the race went on, to be honest, when I started feeling, because again, I didn't have a lot of time this week to practice.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So
the more you enjoy a track, generally the more you're gonna enjoy
the better you are at it.
Yeah.
So,
and that's why I don't enjoy it, because I don't know that much. That's on me.
Go back to the points. There won't be uneven teams like Winter has this season. Yes. Yeah. Moving forward. Thanks, Marino. I love you too.
Oh, Marino, honey, I love ya.
This purple going deep on my screen. Moose just in the dark. So yeah, this this is going to be an experience, this race for sure. Whether we run 2 people teams or 3 driver teams, there won't be variances. Okay,
Cool.
that's good. Yeah, I mean, I figured like it was unprecedented, right? So
Where is?
yeah, we'll be showing off those liveries during the day.
Yeah, it's tough right now. And you're in the pits,
Yeah,
Marino. I can't see you yet.
Yeah, exactly. I will say Tony's. I saw his car going by the Ferris wheel and the lights. Man, his Sky Sports livery is clean.
Oh, good.
It's clean.
Man, once again, DT Rennerworks come through with the clean liveries, dude.
Yeah, dude. They get my paper plate award for sure. Are we gonna? You know what? We should ship out paper plate awards.
Bro, you're gonna pay more shipping to fucking Europe than for the plate
Bro,
itself.
it's a fucking manila envelope. What are you? We're getting trophies for the livery game, dude. Hell yeah! I mean, everyone has stepped it up, but I'm still the biggest fan of DT Rennerworks.
Yeah, I will say, oh, they do wonderful.
Dude, that would be completely unhinged.
Can we get RPM to commentate a race?
Dude, I think that's how we win. Like that would be it. We'd have to retire after that.
That's the end game.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, these sky liveries look absolutely amazing. I will say though, I also really enjoy CRG Zug Engineering. One of these guys went there. Not that you can tell much in the dark, but they all have the same theme, and then they each have a different main color. So I think
I'm a big fan of that.
One, Padua was running white, and I think Crispy was running.
They're both in the
one.
pits, so I can't tell.
Yeah, but either way, they all.
Oh, but it does show on their side. Yeah, Crispy's yellow. Pado's running white as well. Like you said. Okay.
Right, here we go. Okay, here we go.
Man, I was first at the pits in last qualifying, and then fucking Moose and Tony, man, are so quick. I just let them both go by me.
Yeah. I was wondering how long it was gonna take for that to happen.
Yeah, you know what? I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do this because I saw 2 of them, and I could tell one was Moose, but I didn't know who was behind him. So, the liveries better look good. I spent 6 hours. Oh my god, that is dedication. Demon, the last one out of the pits, I guess he was typing that message to us.
You know what though, too? We have 10 minutes here, right?
Yeah.
And around 350, 355 laps again.
Yep.
So, I mean, you want to leave enough space for everybody. And I was talking to Winter about the qualifying here and how, I mean, with 10 minutes, you're gonna get at most 2 flying laps. And Tony did give everyone an extra 10 liters of fuel for qualifying, which is good because otherwise you really got the fuel save on this opening lap, which sucks because you still need to go. You can't just drag on this opening lap. You still need to go fast enough to make it around, fast enough to have 2 flying laps.
Yeah, dude, that was a worry I had going into that race. I was like, oh man, I forgot how long this lap is. Like, am I gonna make it? And then when I realized I made it, I was like, okay, good. But I didn't improve on my second one.
Oh, goodness gracious, look at this.
Yeah, dude, just look at it, right? That is a beautiful thing. Man, I'm looking at it on my OLED and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Moose running behind him, running his classic livery, Sprite inspired almost. I don't know,
guys,
Squirt inspired.
Oh, what are we doing here, boys?
Oh, what are we doing? It's Specs already has a penalty.
Oh no. That's
what are we
brutal.
doing, guys? It's qualifying.
Helps with the hot wheel flames on his front bumper.
I feel like this is people looking for a track position for some reason, and it's like, what? You're just gonna fuck each other over, or they're gonna try and use the slipstream, but like, no one wants the person in front doesn't want to miss out.
But between that and also like, you get the slipstream, which you'll gain a little bit of time, but then you're gonna lose it all when you're behind someone getting the dirty air in the S's.
Yeah, definitely the outwash makes it a bit more difficult. Man, what a good grid of cars, though.
Oh, the
purple looking
dude.
fantastic.
I love it. I love it so much. Steezy and Marino looking solid too. They got the gold and silver. I don't know what their main sponsor is.
I forget. They mentioned it too, and I just forget.
Yeah, see,
It looks
Tony,
great, though.
Tony being very smart here. Tony being extremely smart, I think.
He's just hanging back. Yep.
Yeah.
He knows what he could do in a lap. You know, that's part of it too. And he probably saw everyone behind him. He's like, "Fuck this! I'm not trying to get caught up in any of that."
Exactly.
Or give a toe to his teammate. Now, interestingly enough, Demon is right behind Tony now.
That's a very good possibility. I think these two are in voice comps together too. Now let's see if they're. Well, see, the tough part with that though is, and I'm not trying to talk shit. But I just don't know if Demon's got the pace to keep up with Tony.
I know I couldn't. I tried.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah.
It by the time you get to the straight, you're too far back to really benefit from it. But you know what? They could give it a shot, right? Like,
absolutely.
You give it a shot. And if the outwash fucks you, then you just back off and put in your single lap. But you know, you have to commit to it.
Ooh, I really like the white M. It almost with the because it almost makes it look like it's like a negative space kind of thing.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway, yeah. Let's
Noticeably up front, Arctic is right behind Winter, probably looking for a tow. It seems coming down the main straight now.
We're gonna jump on board with can you listen to the sound of this Mazda?
Dear God, is it good?
A hive of angry wasps.
That's exactly the thing I was going to say. Yep.
Sounds just like I'm about to get murdered by 1,000 stinging wasps.
Oh, what were those wasps that came around in like 2020? Do you remember?
Or something like that?
I forget what they called them. It was something. It was like really a brutal name.
The murder wasps.
Yeah, something like that. That's exactly what it sounds like. Crispy on his first flying lap, going off in the gravel. That's not going to help you go fast, bud. I know you know that.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Same with Ersto.
Oh, Moose has got. Oh no, Moose has got a.
Demon 2.
Penalty. Sorry.
That's okay. So yeah, Arctic's really gonna benefit from this. I'm not sure how much Winter really likes this, but can't do anything about it besides abort his lap. So.
Oh no!
And there it goes.
Well, there's a lap down for Arctic.
Yep.
Yeah, man, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous game that we're playing right now.
Yep, Specs is actually doing the same thing, but he's making it past Tony. He's not in as dangerous of a position. And slide around on that entrance, but it looks like he gets it done at least. And he's wide there. He's going to get a track limit penalty, I think. And that exit is brutal.
He's making Tony wait, man.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Oh, that's a little dirty.
And, you know, he's wagging that Irish ass in front of us. Let's see here.
So we've got Moose with the penalty, Specs with the penalty, Delps with the penalty, Crispy with the penalty, Steezy. Holy mackerel, the list just keeps going on. And that's being very well played to people's openers, you know?
This is going to be a wild qualifying, I think. I mean, again, if you got 2 flying laps opportunities in these 10 minutes, and one of them's already gone if you have a penalty, basically.
Yeah, exactly right. Yep. I was just on board with Pato. This is a man who definitely won't get a penalty, most likely. But just watching him go through, it's interesting. I did see some throttle control for him, which was nice. He was on the gas a bit much coming out of the second chicane. Let's see how he handles this turn. It's not easy, okay? He's not taking advantage of engine braking, I just noticed.
He's downshifting very fast.
He's downshifting very slowly. So, like, you don't get the rev hangs,
Okay,
you know?
Yeah.
Or not the rev hangs, but you know what I mean. All right, so Moose just served his penalty up front, and he's underway. Naturally, that's going to impact him. And Arctic is still behind Winter, followed by Marino. Delp's got a total of a second. Steezy with a total of a second penalty.
You know what, man? Marino, I mean, I don't know what his pace around this track is. He was doing pretty well last race to hold off Moose for quite some time. And Moose, obviously, again, was in the top 3, so Marino was right there, basically. And Marino has just been improving this entire season. This may be his chance, man. If he's able to put up 2 clean laps and improve, he may be very well starting up in the top 3, which would be awesome to see.
I wouldn't put it past him. Tony Cal has got a half-second penalty, and it looks like he's going to be serving it next lap, I want to say, because he's too far in now, I think. I forget where the penalty line is here, but yeah, he's past it.
Let's see, Moose is going to be crossing the start-finish line with a 358.6. Winters with a 356.3. Arctic with a
Yeah, that's going to be more representative because he didn't have a penalty.
Yeah,
Winter.
Marino there, up in P3.
Well, notably behind Moose Man, who did have a penalty.
Yeah, Moose must have been hell quick then. Let's see, Shino throws up to P5. Purple up to P6. Never mind, he gets bumped down by Specs. Urso having a very slow lap from side. I think Urso had a penalty though. Demon had a penalty, right? Okay, so now these guys have got to put a quick lap together. I mean, listen, this is it. This is.
Well, here comes Tony Cal. Here he comes. What? Oh, he already said his time. I'm sorry. He got a 3:59, but he got that penalty last lap, and he's got to serve it. So
Tony Cal.
he's down to P14.
Absolutely brutal, man. And right now,
Absolutely brutal.
Dare to say he's getting stuck behind Steezy.
Yeah. I mean, he'll be able to overtake him here, though. It's another fantastic sounding car.
Yeah, this and the Mazdas both sound amazing.
Oh, did Winter just stay within the lines to not get a penalty? I wonder. Looks like it.
Winter up by 2.3 seconds. Now I know again Moose had a penalty, but
yes.
Man, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, well, part of the reason that Winter opted out of the opener series was because he wanted to be able to commit more time to at least the one series, and I think that was a really smart move for him.
I agree. I think it's a really great idea.
I think it's shown in his finishes in the Manu series.
Yeah. No, he's been doing really great. Now, granted, it's I love having the grid that we've had for the open series, and I think it's awesome that most of these guys are able to tackle both. But you know, if you maybe don't have the time to focus on both as much as you want to, there's absolutely no shame in saying I can't do one, but I can do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I was racing, I would only commit to doing one because I don't have the time to commit practicing. But like, and this is something that I voted for at the end of last season was having the same track for both races, which I forget the outcome, but I think people don't want to do that moving forward. So that's just more time you have to commit, right? Because at least if you're learning the same track, you know the order, the corners, and everything. But
yeah, I mean, I understand as far as I don't know. I would think as a viewer, right? Like, okay, be happy to try something. It would be nice. And yeah, if we're doing these long races, I guess I could understand how it might be a bit boring. But from a competitive aspect, I see no reason not to want to do the same track for both series.
Same here.
I mean,
interesting. I'm sorry, I'm just noticing Moose got past Winters. I don't know what happened. There's no damage on Winters' car, but maybe, and he doesn't have a penalty, but I guess he might have just served it. I don't know. Interesting though.
Who's in the pits already?
I believe Crispy is. He had went to the wall again on his first lap.
Okay.
And I think he's just committing to starting from the back.
He's just back to that,
Yep. Which also can't blame him, you know. Because I know there's gonna be plenty of. I mean, we hope not carnage, but there will be plenty of penalties from people.
Yes. So if he's committed to starting from the back, maybe he's hoping that he can just get past a few people and then stay there.
Yep. And Tony Cal served his penalty behind Steezy and Purple now. And I can't say it looks like he's being slowed down, but all right, we got the times. Oh, Winter.
Oh, Arctic coming in very close, but still a half second behind Winters rather. So it's right now looking like Winter with provisional pole, Arctic provisional. I mean, second, but still 1.7 seconds above Mooseman. Has Marino crossed this line? He has. Marino was not able to improve, but
Tony Cal coming up. He's down in P5 ahead of Marino.
Just barely. No, behind Marino. Just barely.
That's what I meant. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that penalty was rough.
Yeah, and Tony Cal's aura definitely affected Purple because at the last turn, I think it was Purple got a bit squirrely. He's down in P10. Not a bad start, of course, but
Down in 11th.
Pato, where is he? He's just finishing up his lap, it looks like. And he
Pato goes up to
improves. He's
11th.
ahead of Demon.
Pato goes up to 11th. What a lap from Pato.
Very nicely done.
Excellent job. Excellent job, boys. So let's see here. Let's check out these results. So, I mean, man, as if Winter needed an additional point for taking pole position here.
Yeah, that is, I mean, half a second faster? That's nutty.
Be very good. Arctic, though, I mean, I think this move to the Mazda was a really good for them. Specs also in 7th, so these two, again, awfully close. And then again, we have Marino and Steezy as teammates close together as well. I mean, they have cars separating them, but closer than anyone else, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's really, really strong. Marino, man, killing the game with his P4 too. I mean, it's sick. And let's see, where did I'm just looking at Moose and Purple. Purple ended up at P10.
Yeah.
So they are behind Arctic and Specs for sure.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be. I wonder how Purple's gonna be able to get on with the race. Delpson 9th ahead of him by about 2 seconds there. I do wonder if I think Tony 5th is not where he wanted to start.
Yeah, he just said in Discord he fell back to help Demon, which is what we thought, and then he got caught in traffic for those 2 laps.
Yep. I don't think it's the worst spot for him though. I think Marino's got pace. As long as they can keep close to like Moose ahead. I mean, honestly, I think that there's a clear gap between first and second, and then third.
Yeah, there is.
I do wonder what tire strategy is going to look like here because, again, fuel's not going to be lasting a whole lot of laps here. So this will be very interesting to see. I think Tony's going to have to try and make a move as soon as possible, though. If he has pace, pace, then he's going to want to get past Marino ASAP and probably get past Moose ASAP to try and catch these guys. I wonder if Tony's going to start on softs.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's going to want to make some moves. Demon saying that he could have had 4th, but he got a penalty on the last chicane. Brutal, my guy. That sucks. Yeah.
That would have been a hell of a lap, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, Dan, Purple asking if anyone's running mediums. We shall see, my friend. I have some.
Yeah, I get a feeling people are going to run softs, but
I have some intel. But yeah,
we'll share that after the race starts. Yeah, I think that there is the chance of rain too. So don't forget that. So when the rain does come, you have to decide if is it worth making it work on the slicks or just jumping the pits to swap.
Man, and it's such a huge track though that it could be completely dry on one end, and then then, incredibly moist on the other end.
Moist.
So
yeah, we experienced that on Thursday. It was.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, someone was behind me, and they're like, "Oh, here's the rain." It's like, "Oh, I haven't experienced that." But then you get there the next lap, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it was wet here,"
Yeah. So that's the hard part too. Is like you can run flicks for half the lap, and then all of a sudden you're in puddles, and it's dangerous to be out on slicks. So at that point, I feel like for me, I might just change into intermediates the moment I see some rain coming down.
Yeah, I think it depends on the driver, right? Like for me, I know I will go faster in the inters rather than trying to make these slicks work. But our more experienced drivers, yes, they'll be able to make the slicks work and not lose the time in the pits and lose minimal time on the just overall in their laps.
It is amazing though the lack of tire wear in those intermediates during the right when it's just
dude.
wet out enough. But it's also amazing the amount of grip that you get from them. It feels pretty incredible.
Yeah. Oh God, it's amazing. It's akin to going from hards to softs. It's like holy shit,
Yeah. It's pretty wild. So yeah, we shall see here. I think I'm gonna go with Winter P1, Arctic P2, a Tony P3.
Interesting.
What are you predicting?
I'm predicting an Arctic P1 with that pace, man. And if he's going to be on softs more often than not, possibly, which he very well may. Dude, people are gonna have to work to get at him, but they'll be working together.
Yeah. Specs, I'm sorry, but I'm hoping that you get the luck of the Irish today.
Is the luck of the Irish good? Is it good? We don't know. Urkel P1, Moose P2, Pato P3. Let's see it. Specs, I miss when you were fighting at the top, bud. Washed up or something. That TV license did it in.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Hopefully no false starts this time. Everyone has remapped their handbrake buttons from their DRS buttons, and we're gonna get started here as the Group 3 series at Le Mans Omelette de Fromage edition. And here we go. The lights are out. We are go. And let's see here. We'll jump down the grid a little bit to get a better idea of what's going on. We already see Moose getting blown by. Had a horrible launch. Moose.
Oh no, the Porsche's terrible off the line.
Yeah, I mean, dude, to fall 5-6 places.
I don't know,
He
man.
didn't fall that many, but wow, that's brutal.
Okay, Pato giving up his spots pretty easily. Crispy with a light tap to Ersto, I mean. Purple also got overtaken by Demon pretty quickly on the start, so that Porsche is just miserable off the lines. But now we see Moose and Marino side by side. Yeah, it is. It really is. And they're going to start following up. Moose going to try to catch up and stay within that DRS range.
I got to say real quick, man, look at the order. Went through Arctoni. I called it. Done. Race over. Wally wins.
Race over. Demon already has got a half-second penalty.
Oh, brutal. Notably,
it's not going to help him.
Managed to sneak up into 4th place. I wonder, I don't know, Shino, what their pace is going to be like here, if they're going to be able to hold Moose off or not. Moose does have Moose like just outside of the toe, it looks like.
Yeah, just outside of it, but now Marino, just into the braking zone. That was very close. And now Marino has got Specs looking up to get him. Looks like Purple's going wide in the back there. That'll likely be a penalty for them. And then let's see who gets a penalty on this first exit of the chicane. Does anybody?
No one so far. They were all clear.
Ersto got one. It's very difficult. On the entrance, you can go over the curb. On the exit, you cannot, because the limit is not the curb, it's the white line. Yes. And so that tripped up us a lot of stuff. Oh, dude, it's terrible. Ooh, Steezy getting too aggressive there. Not helping himself or anyone. Oh, this is just causing mayhem now.
Don't say, man. Specs has Marino and Specs both have penalties now.
Oh man, so Steezy went too fast, too deep into the second chicane. He hit Specs. Demon hit Steezy. Wow. So now, thankfully, damage is on light for this race, but that has just ruined Demon's run. He's down to P13 right now and is waiting for that damage to get healed up. And he had a penalty of his own already.
That is brutal.
Yeah, absolutely brutal.
You hate to see it, man.
You do indeed. And where's Steezy in all this now?
He's at 11th, I think.
He's in 12th, yeah.
12, sorry. I'm on board.
Okay.
I'm
I was
just
just curious.
how long Shino is able to hold off Moose. Moose is right behind him. And I mean, Moose had pace advantage on qualifying. Has an excellent run out of this corner here, but now we're coming down to the slowest corner, I think, of the. Let's see who's able to get a better run out. I think Moose is going to have this, maybe.
Moose is, why? Wally, he can stay behind. The Porsche can pick up the speed, obviously, with the drag, the lack of drag. And then this next part, it's all for the Porsche, man. It's so well balanced through these turns coming up.
Well, let's see here. So we're going side by side, coming into him. He's going to have the inside line now. And we're fighting again, though. Oh, Shino goes wide, forfeits position. He's gonna that means Marino's gonna be awfully close now to Shino, and he's gonna be looking to take this position away pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, you've got a good train for him in there. Tony having a run on Arctic here. Arctic may be going a little bit wide. Let's see what can happen on up front, Wally. Let's see, is Tony gonna go stick it up the inside? He probably is. He's
this is a very dangerous place to try and pass, man. I think Tony's gonna be patient.
He committed to it.
I think he's gonna be patient and wait his chance. Very good job through those, though.
And just updating you on further back with Marino, he's fending off Specs as they are finishing their first lap. Specs with a 1 second penalty.
Oof.
Absolutely brutal for track limits there.
Machino down to 8th, man. He got passed by that train.
Yep, that DRS train, man.
All right, so Marino's
And Winter is now 2 seconds ahead up front.
Delp's looking like he's trying to take a bite out of Specs there. Doesn't manage to make it happen. Specs can try to make that car as wide as possible. Once again, let's see here. Who's going to have the run though, coming out of this corner, going down to the first main straight of the track. Let's see. I think this is Mazda. Now, assuming I want to assume that Arctic and Specs are on the same setup. Now, this Mazda should go roaring down the main straight. Of course, Delps is within the
yes,
but that gap is still increasing. So, I mean, this Mazda is friggin' quick. It's got some legs on it.
Yeah, I mean, up front, it's not happening. Up front, Tony did get in front of Arctic. Arctic was not able to pass going into the chicane. He'll come out of it about 5/10 back, so maybe 6/10. He's not going to have the speed, but we know the AMG's quick, too, in a straight line.
Winters is almost 3 seconds ahead, though.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. They're going to have to work together if they want to catch him. Now, I'm just going to take a quick look on strategy. Note that Winter, Tony are on the softs, and Arctic is on the medium, so that could also be playing a little bit into this. Moose behind on the softs.
Yeah, I can see that. Playing into it just a little
bit. Yep, absolutely. And actually, Specs is on softs, whereas Arctic is on the mediums. Arctic looking to outlast them, so it's very, very interesting to see.
Let's see here. So, once again, Moreno has open air for him. Specs isn't really, I mean, he's close. He's within a second now. I mean, that top speed of the Mazda, I guess it's very quick on these streets. I wonder if Moreno's going to be able to catch anyone at all. Is he going to be able to catch Moose at all? A 4 second gap, man, it's pretty big here.
Yeah, well, the same goes for Moose. He's over 2 seconds behind Arctic, so he's going to have to hope that they decide to fight rather than play nicely together.
Work together.
But again, Winter's just increasing, man. He is rampant around here. It's 2.7 seconds now between Tony and Winter.
Wow. Yeah, he is. He's shown up today. That's for sure.
Yeah, the man had his Wheaties.
Actually, he had a veggie BLT, and he said
did he?
Delicious. Apparently,
well, there you go.
Here is a veggie BLT and a coffee, and you're good to go.
It's also 5 p.m. Over there right now, so he's perhaps more woken up than Tony Cal.
He's woke AF.
He's woke AF.
Yeah, we'll see.
And Arctic now a second behind, man. Those mediums, I think he might just be losing time in the corners now, especially as they're coming up on the good old twisty bits.
Man, look, we're 2 laps in. We are 7.5 minutes into this race, and look at the fuel that they've already gone through.
Yeah, man.
And this is going to be softs the entire way, and you're hoping that it starts raining enough to swap to inters. I think is what's going to play here. I'm shocked to see that Arctic's on mediums.
Yeah, me too. I wonder if he just thought maybe he's hoping that the rain comes in and he doesn't have to pit twice, you know? In terms of going soft to intermediate, he could just go medium to intermediate. But his fuel's not going to last.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. That may be a regretful choice for him. Now we can see, I mean, 1.8 seconds Tony ahead, 1.5 to Moose behind. So Moose is catching up. Moose is
indeed. Moose is on those racing softs, man. It's going to help him out, you know?
Yeah. Although, Winter, 3.2 seconds now.
Yeah, Tony Cal's just got to put his head down and try to catch him.
I mean, yeah.
It's a tall order, though. It's a tall order. That BMW, people saying it's just so fast in the straights, man.
But this sounds good. Oh, no, Tony gets a half-second penalty.
That's not going to help you catch up, though, will it?
No, I think, in fact, that will put you behind last time I checked. Oh, his Arctic gets one as well!
Oof.
It looks like Moose has escaped. Oh, and behind Marino also has Specs with a half-second penalty. The whole entire grid's got to have second penalty.
Wonder where the hell they're getting that penalty from.
I think it's the long
yeah.
right-hander before this first meeting.
It's gotta be it.
With turn names, man.
There's also way too many in this track to think about.
Yeah, true.
But that's most likely where it is. Specs entering the first chicane, getting slidey again. And he's on the softs, mind you. His softs, though, looking worse for wear than just about anyone else's, from what I could see.
I was going to compare them to Arctic's, but then I remember Arctic's on the mediums, and it looks like he has almost no wear at all.
Yeah. I mean, Demon, though, just like all the softs look relatively healthy right now. I think just for like sake of, knowledge, the previous race, I think it was 93 miles of racing for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's,
pretty wild.
That's quite a bit. Well, you know what, too? We don't have the data here. I know, there are tools that the individuals can pull their tire temperatures and everything else.
Yes.
Which obviously, those will degrade, and obviously hard braking helps break the tire down. Because there's a handful of fast corners here. I just feel like, half the track is a straight, basically, right? With two straights.
Oh, God, yeah. Yep.
And then you have a couple of mini straights along, and then there's a couple of fast corners, but then a lot of them are slower corners. So it's like maybe that's why these softs are working just with the tire and fuel wear, where they're just gonna be running through this fuel. Wear the soft tires down anyway; it doesn't matter. I wouldn't
be surprised.
Yeah, I do wonder though, like if we weren't gonna have rain, do you just get a medium stint over with and then go softs the rest of the way?
That's what I would do, especially considering we're in night now, where the softs would be better because the track is cooled down.
Yeah, wow, it turned night very quickly here. Also,
notably,
it did. Winter had a 4.5 second gap before Tony started.
Got his penalty, served his penalty.
Yeah, served his penalty, and now he's almost at 5.4 seconds.
Yeah, that is. Man's got cheat codes or something, I think.
Yeah, Winter is disgusting right now.
Moose, though, 3/10 off Arctic.
Well, here we go, and he's on the softs. This is the
That's
chance
right.
he's looking for to try and get ahead again. Though, again, how is the Porsche? Porsche's not as strong as his Mazda is in the straight line, right?
Not as strong in the straight line, no. Felt very good around the curves though, in here, and that's where you can make up a ton of time on people, right? Like, I don't know, but Winter says he's running Arctic coming into the pits already.
Wow, he's trying to undercut pretty severely. Though
it's got to be
15 laps. So if he's done 3 laps, he's going to be swapping through those softs.
Yeah, absolutely.
To get the pace. Maybe he's hoping by the time that those tires and that fuel's gone, that it'll be time for him to.
Yeah, I could see it. Icarus, hey, what's up, dude? How are you? Ayo.
So, let's see, Marino on these. Marino's also on medium, I just noticed.
Yeah, and his lap times are.
They're showing for it.
Yeah, they're 1 to 2 seconds slower than Moose.
Yep.
Specs behind on softs, though, doing the same or slower lap times as Marino, so good job on Marino. Specs just doesn't seem to be getting along with the car like Arctic is.
No.
And I think we said that last race, too. Not last week, but the week previously.
Right.
Delp's catching Shino, now coming around the main straight. You see them right behind Specs. There you go. Yeah, this pass is going to happen easily. I'm curious to see what downforce level that Delps is running. Let's see. He's got up to 170 right now, so he's running pretty low downforce in that Porsche.
They have to be.
174.
I don't think
you have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no chance. Because that's the Porsche's biggest weakness, in my opinion.
He's the top speed.
Yeah. And the start. It is. I don't know why it's so bad at the start, but even Tony agreed with me the other night. It is miserable. I don't know if it's because first gear is so tall or whatever it is, but it's you're gonna lose places at the start. So you always want to. You always want to qualify as far ahead as you can, but especially in that car, man.
We got Demon looking right up the end of purple. This is gonna be daunting, man. In the dark, you got these bright ass lights behind you. He's bump drafting purple, trying to get closer to Ersto ahead of them. We're coming down into the second chicane here. gonna pull to the left-hand side. He's gonna have the inside line coming into this left-hander. Let's see, he's able to break in time. It looks like he's ahead now. And look how close he is to Urso. He goes a little bit wide, so he's got to slow down just a little bit more. And now Purple is still within half second. And it's coming down. Is Purple gonna get close? Now I wonder. The bump jet? No, I don't think he's getting close enough to the bump jet.
Not here. Yeah, it's pretty tough here. I think I got close enough once. Yeah, because you don't want to do it too late on this straight where the curved section comes up.
No, it's very dangerous. Behind, we have Paddle in 12th, followed by Crispy in 13th, 2.5 seconds behind, but he does have a half-second penalty. And then Arctic, who, as we know, just pit. But Arctic pit very early, well, early compared to everyone else. I think everyone else was maybe pitting around lap 5.
Yeah, based on fuel wear, I can see if left 5 or 6.
And so he's now past Crispy. And he has Paddle in his sights. Will be very interesting to see once these guys start pitting, where Arctic ends up. I'm really interested to see if this strategy is going to work out. As they jump back up front with Winter, 6.4 second gap. This man is flying. He puts up a 355.999. 9? That's
9? Tony Cal nets himself another penalty, and that's something notably we haven't seen from Winter. Is a penalty yet?
Either we just haven't seen it yet, or he has either gotten 0 penalties, or we just happen to be looking at him after he served it every single time.
I feel like I've been catching him multiple times a lap. Yeah. Remember, these are 4-minute laps, man. We've got plenty of time. The gap to Marino between from Moose to Marino now 10 seconds. Those mediums just holding him back. Specs about 6/10, 7/10 behind Marino still. Unable to make it work.
You know what though? Again, 4th would be a great spot for Marino.
Oh, forget about it. Yeah.
I'd be very happy to see him end up there. It's getting a little toasty, man. I don't know if I'm excited or just getting warm in my room.
Oh no, dude, my room too. Yeah.
I have to crack.
We're watching Specs try to chase down Marino. Let's see what happens here. Specs looking stronger on the brakes there. As he is 5/10 behind, half a second. Who is going to be faster around here, I wonder? Is it the softs of Specs?
A breeze rolls in. It feels so good.
Specs.
Specs gets a little bit sideways, man.
He's on that gas too early. He keeps sliding around on that. I will also open my window one moment.
Absolutely. We'll check in on these guys in just a little bit. I mean, Specs is now that side of the toe. He is gaining, though. I think, again, the top end of that Mazda just once again proving just how strong it is. The McLaren seems like it's strong. It's like an all-rounder. It's jack of all trades. Maybe not strongest in any one area, but just good overall. So I don't think he'll be pulling away from Specs anytime soon, other than just from outright pace. The Specs has clawed back in a little bit.
Still about the same. Maybe this is the pace Specs has got. I'm not downplaying him whatsoever because Marino is a formidable opponent,
Absolutely, yeah. These two, I honestly would be expecting to fight more often than we've seen them fight.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
I think they both have done. Actually, it's interesting that we haven't seen too much from the both of them because they're both fast racers. Specs getting a little bit closer here on the main straight, though.
Yeah, well,
will he be able to stay in?
I think that's the benefit of his car right now. That Mazda's just that much faster. When you got up,
he's got the toe.
When you got up, I was saying that I think the McLaren's just a jack of all trades.
I heard you saying that. Yeah.
And behind, real quick, I want to take note. I think I saw Delps with a penalty. So Chino is about 1.2 seconds behind. We'll be getting awfully close now. He's on the mediums though. I think Specs where the Delps is on also mediums. So
they're both on mediums, yeah.
Okay.
And just looking at the lap times, Delps average I think is faster. It looks like,
yeah, for sure. No, we'll see if Chino's able to make up some pace.
Yeah, Chino's no slouch. We know that much.
And Specs passed Marino.
It happened.
We unfortunately missed that on screen. I guess he probably passed him at the right-hander after the second straight.
Either that or one of these deep braking zones there. The squid sort of like 90-degree corners.
Right,
you know?
right.
Well, let's see what Specs can do now, pulling 8/10 ahead already.
Maybe we were wrong. Maybe Specs has the pace.
He's got the power.
Got the power.
He's sliding again, though.
Yeah, it's not going to help him, but he's still managed to pull ahead. I wonder if he's going to be pitting this lap or pitting at the end.
Speaking of pitting, Winter is in the pits.
There he goes. What's that?
Tony Cal coming to the pits.
10-second gap, though. Holy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Let's see, is Moose also going to be pitting? Yes, he is. Bex, will you pit or will you stay out? He's on the right-hand side. He pits.
Yeah, I think most people are going to pit.
I think so. We're running down the list here. Trying to find some action on track. Shino did make it past Delps, notably. And they're both pitting. Yep.
Oh, nice.
This is to be expected here. You think anyone's going to be brave and stay out? I don't think so.
Well, the only one staying out is going to be Arctic. He's got three-quarters of a tank of fuel.
That is true. Let's see. So, Winter is fueling up now. Arctic is just getting to the pit entry. He almost made it look like he was going to go start going in. Next saying his laps were ass at the start because of penalties. I believe.
Yeah, dude. Yep. I'm black and controller. Ah, okay. That's why he texted me this morning about that. And it looks like Winter is ahead of Arctic.
He is, but I mean, what's the actually good job by Arctic to undercut a little, you know, for now. He's got.
I mean, he closed the gap.
Wide a bit.
What was the gap to Tony? 10 seconds?
Yeah.
So he gained about 4.5 seconds.
Wow.
But can he make up that now? His softs are in a good temperature range compared to Winter's. So he's got to make this lap count as well.
This is a huge lap for Arctic. He has to push. Winter, on the other hand, he's got to get those tires warmed up. Though you have a long way to get these tires warmed up. They can be warmed up within the same amount of lap, I think.
I've got something for us here, and I'm not sure if it was on purpose. Steezy put on the intermediates and got a 3-second penalty for crossing the pit lane. Enter your exit, I'm not sure.
That sucks. Oh, it started raining, though. I just saw
the drops, yeah, I did. Don't see anything, and of course we can't check the weather for ourselves. Does anyone have the radar open? It does not look like it.
Well, that's brutal for crossing the pit lane. But very.
Hey, Specs, if you're listening, can you put on the radar when you're on a straight?
I don't think it changed for us, is it?
Yeah, I'm seeing radar for some people, course map for others.
Yeah, and as we look here, I'm on board with Demon right now, and we are getting a bit of on the moisture meter TM. We're getting some specks of rain.
We are indeed. Could this play out for Steezy, or is it not going to be as severe?
Oh no, shit, says Specs.
Oh no. What happened?
Where's our man?
He's going around the chicane.
He's on his mediums. Oh wait, he's on mediums.
Oh, he's on mediums.
And he's seeing the rain. Okay. Dude, this is gonna work out so well for Arctic then.
Yes, it is.
It has the potential to be huge for Arctic.
Let's see, Pato also on intermediates.
Oh.
Steezy on intermediates. Marino on intermediates.
I was just gonna ask about Marino.
Oh, hold on, Moose on intermediates.
Oh
so
boy,
we've got
coming down here, dude. Look at this.
Yep. They're not quite at inter territory yet, but we shall see what happens
here.
here.
It's getting awfully close on this end of the track, man.
Yeah, it is. I'm on board with Winter, Arctic, Tony.
Yep.
I mean, everywhere it looks like it's close, actually. Everyone's rain gauge is about the same place.
All right. It's about to break that first line, it looks like.
Yep. This could be very interesting very quickly.
What about Delps? Delps is on stops. The Marino is the first up ahead. He's the one that's first up.
Moose is the first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Moose is intermediates. Right. This could be really good for Marino, too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if it plays out for them, this is going to be fantastic.
All right, is Arctic in the pit? Is Arctic in the pit?
I think he's going to pit. I think he's going to pit.
So.
Let's see. Let's just call it right now. He made up 4 seconds between Winter because of his early pit stop and undercutting.
Oh wow! Look how slow Arctic's taking these turns now.
Yeah.
Is Winter gonna pit? Let's find out. He's on the right-hand side. I think he is. He is. Okay, we're probably gonna see everyone else join. So now Moose and Marino are the furthest 2 up ahead.
Yeah, that's right.
Moose has quite the gap on everyone. So let's keep our eyes on Moose.
Crispy didn't pit last lap, and he's up at P9.
Bold move.
I had a feeling of all people he would stay out.
I think he always does, right?
Yeah. And
Moose is gonna stay out.
This is gonna work out for him too.
Yeah. Now, do you feel up if you're these guys? Obviously, Arctic.
I think we don't know the weather. Like they could see the radar a bit more.
Tony Cal
I don't know how
stays
big
out,
of a rain thing this
and
is.
he goes deep.
And he goes deep.
Oh, that is a bold move by Tony to stay out, man.
It is indeed. Crispy's coming into the pits.
Mooseman
He's got to fuel up. He's got to put on tires.
Moose blows by Tony while he's got the grip. Tony Cal stays out. He's gonna try and make these work, but man, time he's losing by going so slowly. I don't know if there's a part of the track that's relatively more dry that he's gonna be coming up on that he feels like he can make time on or what. But it's gotta be so difficult. He's putting I mean, this is the part of the track where you want to be putting power down, and he spins out. There it is.
Oh, Tony taking the gamble. It has not worked out for him.
He tries to put power down onto the main straight. Oh my goodness, Marino just goes past him. Oh, this is brutal.
Winter's coming up on him now.
He's gonna be getting
Specs
gapped.
is not far behind. Specs stayed out. Specs is still on mediums.
Oh,
Arctic
Specs.
blows by his own teammate.
Oh, Specs.
Steezy about to blow by Specs. Shino also still on softs.
Bro, Steezy blowing by Marino back there.
Blowing by Specs, you mean?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh my god, Shino is just trying to put the power down on the straight and is just not having it.
Let's see, Crispy's on intermediates, but he's still, going into a wall.
Fuck? What?
Oh, it was on the L. He must have crossed some paint, I think. Maybe? Or just took cold tires?
Oh, brutal, dude.
He's down.
Let's see, Moose has currently got a 12.5 second lead on Marino, who's currently up at P2, Winter in P3, Arctic P4, Tony all the way down in P6, and we got a yellow flag for Specs. I'm not sure that is Specs spitting out still on his mediums.
Tony Cal spins out once again as well. He's down in 6th. He gets blown by Shino. Specs and Tony crash into each other basically. Oh, man.
My god. Where is Shino? Okay, Shino's still on softs. He survived whatever they just dealt with.
Yeah, but now he's going through the gravel. Oh,
yep.
What a mess. Icarus gets high and Tony Cal sliding around like he's got a wet t-shirt contest.
You're damn right, dude. Oh, Tony Cal spinning around once more.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Man, this is Ames, not beat spin. What's going on here?
Someone put this man on a watch real quick.
Yeah, really.
This is the last thing he needed. I'm shocked he stayed out. Everyone else
I can't believe he stayed out.
It is properly wet now, guys.
They're almost in wet territory. Like, they're right on the cusp.
Yeah. This is brutal. Granted, he was on the parts of the track where they weren't jetting water off, so.
Yep.
Oh, here comes Pato on the intermediates. Pato's going to pass Tony Cal on merit. Specs
on merit.
A 4.5 second penalty.
Oh my god.
Oh, Pato's got 3 second
Pato
penalty
with the
now.
3 second penalty?
Is that from a passing while yellows or maybe?
Oh yeah, that might have been a thing.
That's a BS penalty, man.
Yeah, that is.
Oh my gosh, Tony, man, I am so sorry. Specs goes sideways.
I'm gonna text Tony's wife to just like get him a bottle or something.
Yeah, just bring him a beer real quick or something.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, I've got to take the camera off this man's.
I'm gonna just snap her real quick. Let's see.
I need to.
Oh, perfect. He just spun around again.
Oh no, dude.
Hey, Kat, can you please bring your man a beer or something? Cause he, like, put him on suicide watch today. He's not having a good time.
Make sure there's no ropes or night. Don't let him cook tonight.
Yeah, no cooking. Get takeout.
No, Moose also just having a moment. He is 14 seconds ahead, so he's okay. But Moose having a moment around the final. I think the Forge Kings is what they're called at the beginning, at the end of the lap. Marino stuck in the middle of Moose and Winter, but he's 13 seconds ahead of Winter. Like you said, we're on the borderline of wets and inters at this point. So.
Yeah, but and it's important to note too. You know, A, they could see the weather. We can't. It's cool. But B, the track is going to dry up now that they're all driving on it, right? So inters may just be the the choice.
Yeah.
Now we've got Pato up in P9. Demon right behind him, actually, likely going to make a move in a second here. Oh, it's actually Demon's going a little bit wide there. Car getting a little upset. Pato retains P9 currently, and now Demon's got a half second for going off track because of it.
I guess
he was on the power just a little too early.
Pato must have served that 3 second there. Oh no!
Yes.
Demon. Oh, I thought Demon was going straight for the grass there. You know who also was real close? Arctic is within a second of Winter, but Easy is also within a second of Arctic here.
Yeah, man. We have this could be the upset. Who called for their upset earlier? Was it Tony?
I think so. This could be an insane race actually for Steezy and Moreno.
Oh, absolutely. Crispy. I'm sorry. Crispy jumping into the pits? Why? He must be going for wets. As Tony Cal, he's braving the storm. He's staying out on softs because now he's on the driver racing line and it's just above intermediates.
Oh,
and it looks like the rain has maybe stopped for now. I say that, but it's creeping up a little bit here and there.
Okay, he's gonna have to be real careful now. He's gotta hope. Number one, I mean, he's gonna have to refuel again, but maybe he's hoping that with the cooler weather out, that his degradation on the tires isn't that much, and that if he has to pit, he just has to pit for fuel, whereas everyone else has to change tires as well. Even though refueling is the longer part. That's, I mean, yeah.
That is a bold move.
I do feel like at this point it's not worth it for him to go on intermediates, right?
Right. Well, so that's the calculation he's got to do in his head, right?
Bro, this is brutal for Tony.
Yep. Ersto full wets.
Crispy
Not sure how
racing
good that'll be. Oh. So the man came in a lap too late for the intermediates, did one lap on them and says, I'm going to try the softs. Hey, man, if it works out for him, I think he says I got nothing to lose. And maybe Tony Cal is in that place too. Like, Tony's like, okay, if this is going to work, I have to stick it out. And again, maybe they're seeing stuff that we can't, aka the weather.
Also, notably, Specs pit and he's on brand new racing mediums.
Interesting. Will this play out for Tony?
Very interesting. This is man, this is quite the race we're having today now.
Yeah, it is. Tony very much fuel saving. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Arctic has gone past Winter.
And Steezy's not far behind.
Steezy's not far behind. They are going side by side though. These two are going to be fighting going down to this next turn. It's still a bit wet out there, but these guys are both still on intermediates. Who's going to pit first? Oh, Specs didn't pit? Wait, so wait, the first time he pit, he put up mediums on?
He put double mediums on.
Oh.
He went medium. Or soft medium, I'm sorry. He went soft medium. Yeah. Okay. Tony Cal very much fuel saving right now. He was short shifting, still is. And I think because he's like, I can't push it. Yeah, it could be for traction, and also could just be like, I want to make these soft and my fuel last. Oh, as he spins, as he's exiting the turn. Oh. Is Specs now coming up where Tony Cal just was? Specs on mediums versus Tony Cal's soft, but Specs gets the car slowed down and is under control. Nicely done, my friend.
Nice. And brutal race for some guys.
Yeah, man, the track doesn't seem like it's drying up just I'm still looking at Moose, maybe a little bit here and there. You know, it's still around the intermediate, that first mark.
I do wonder if it's going to rain again or not.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we've got 6 more laps.
And you know what? Important too, though, for Winter putting up that fastest lap earlier in the race.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, you know, the track can dry up some more, but I don't see it. I don't see anyone beating that at this point.
No, not at all.
Not
Unless like the sun comes out too and like makes everything away.
And he's taking fastest lap. Granted, now he's in 4th position. He's in 4th place, but we have to see how the pits are going to work out and everything else. Looks like Arctic has found some pace in these intermediates, though.
Yeah, no, he's doing work.
You get past them? And they're slowly catching Marino. Marino's got a half-second penalty now, unfortunately. But, like, you know, that delta between them's gone down by about half a second now, so...
Yeah, I don't...
but surely catching him.
Yeah, Marino definitely, on merit, is a podium sitter, right? Maybe not a P1, but he's definitely good enough for P3, as we've seen.
Absolutely, yeah.
But he just doesn't have the pace of Moose. Moose is 15 seconds ahead. He's increased the gap.
Yeah.
Moose just having a lovely Sunday drive now.
I don't know if lovely is the right term. It's, you know, but he is having a drive, you're right.
Yeah.
Steezy now 2 seconds behind Winter. I don't think he's going to be able to hold on to these guys now that's drying up. I mean, but still, again, to be in 5th with a 34-second gap, the 6th behind him is a very good place for these guys to be.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a free pit stop, right?
Basically, yeah.
So we saw 2 strategies play out. We saw the people that started on slicks, stayed on slicks through the heavy rain, and are now trying to make it work on the, you know, so they're one pit stop. Well, they're not even a pit stop down. They're just on a faster tire right now. So they're betting that the track will dry up to the point before they have to refuel, because it's fuel that's the biggest detriment right now.
Yeah.
And that they can put those softer tires, those slicks to work. It's not going to be easy, man. Not looking at their fuel levels already.
I mean, looking at Tony Cow, you know, and still in 12th place. Randy's gaining right now in Shino, but still to be almost 14 seconds down. Like, and that's he's a minute 43 off of the front. A minute 43. Right. So he's got to be hoping that he makes up time in the pits as well. But I mean, it's this is damage control like we've never seen before.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the recovery drive of all recovery drives for sure.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. You do.
Yeah.
Like no one wants this. Guys, but it's a gamble, right?
I feel like I have to call Tony after this, guys. If you have any friends who are going through a tough time, just give them a call. Tell them that you love them. Give them a hug if you see them. It sounds like this.
Sounds like this where you need your people. Yeah, Dan, if you're still watching, go ahead and just give Tony a text or something.
No, Tony's gonna be like, you fucking slow fucker.
Yeah.
Get dropped, bitch.
Yeah, Tony doesn't give up. He just drinks. It's fine.
All right, that's all right. Let's take the camera off of him. His teammate, currently in P11 ahead of him on the intermediates. As we see Pato in 10th go wide. Demon gets a little bit squirrely, and ahead of him, Shino has a 3-second penalty. Demon potentially is going to be making up a few spots here if he plays his cards right.
Yeah, which is going to be great for Demon and great for DT Running Works.
Yeah,
overall,
they can use the points.
He may be the lead driver today.
He may very well be.
Tony Cal, his teammates, currently 5 seconds of change behind him. So. Yep. Winter gaining an Arctic now suddenly. They're 4/10. Marino into the pits.
Arctic.
He must be thinking that it's time for slicks again.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. Winter is going to go out and try to have a push lap here, I think.
Yep. And Moose is out there still as well.
Yeah, 24 seconds ahead of Winter. Steezy also enters the pits. So these guys must be not seeing any rain on the radar.
Yep. Yeah, must be seeing no rain. And actually looking at the track, it's about the wettest it's looking now is halfway up that first third. Sorry.
Delps is in 60s. He's just coming to the pits. He also enters the pits. But this is the time Is Tony's gamble going to work out at all?
Dude, it's tough, man. Because still, especially with the wets, I mean slicks, you can't touch the curbs. They're just holding water.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But I'm gonna keep an eye on Tony.
Oh, no, Marino.
Comes out of the pits too heavy.
Arctic
Too
had
heavy.
a 3-second penalty though as well. Across the pit line.
Yep.
So now this is okay. So Winter did not pit.
Oh, Tony tips a wheel on the curb. He was gaining on his teammate, and now all that work has went against him.
Yep. I mean, he's very close to the. Rather he's not pitting, right? Okay.
Nope, he already went past the pit lane.
So he may be fighting Delps as Delps exits the pits here.
Yep, Delps just coming out.
Okay, yep, there we go. So Tony's gonna be pitting maybe in a lap or two to get full fuel and be pushing straight out when the track is once again at its driest. Notice on the dry line, like I mean he has a tire when he doesn't have a tire on the curbs, it's completely dry.
Yes, but we're seeing people struggle with that. Tony struggled with it. Specs just spun out. Ursto just spun out. You can't touch them. You just cannot do it.
Not at all. You see here, Tony once again up at Demon. Demon is currently also on the intermediates though. He has not pit yet.
Yeah, but look, the track is entirely dry where he is right now.
Yep.
Even Moose going off the racing line a little bit, I think just to dip the tires in some water because he's on his intermediates.
Yeah, it looks like further down the straight where Shino is, he saw a little bit of damp track, but nothing too crazy. Purple up in sixth, man.
Solid race.
Pit, but good.
So that's
him.
the thing. I think the intermediate strategy, like swapping to intermediates right away, was definitely, I think, the safer strat. And I can't blame him. Like, I would have done the same thing. I'm shocked Crispy came back in when he did for the softs, but we'll see if it works out for him. Ursto is 40 seconds ahead of him. Delps 3 seconds ahead of Ursto, and we go from there. Pato still on the intermediates. He's gonna have to pit at the end. I know he wants to hold on to those intermediates, but he is just going to be losing time to specs behind him. Yep. So he really does have to pit and get on those slicks.
Tony gets past his teammate Demon. Yes. And now he's got 8.7 seconds. That's Shino ahead. Also in the AMG. Also
on Racing Softs, mind you.
The fuel is about the same. But though Shino has a moment, Shino spins out, goes very deep. So, I mean, hey, Tony Cow's going to go ahead and pick up a position right here.
All right. Well, let's see how well he can make this stick. Yeah, Shino's... what a terrible turn that is, too. That is a brutal place.
Yeah, that's very difficult spot. Moose enters the pits. This is going to be his final time to pit. He will end up, I think, between Winter and Marino.
Yeah, I think so. He's got 22 seconds. Oh, well, it was 22 seconds when he entered the pits. So.
Let's see. Winter also enters the pits. Marino,
and then 46 seconds between Marino and Winter.
Yeah, Marino's got to try and put something in here. I mean, listen, though, Marino has the opportunity right now to take home third. And Steezy
absolutely.
Now, Steezy, do you have to pit still?
His gas might make it another 4 laps, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Arctic also good to the end, I think. He's even better on gas.
Yeah. So let's see here. Moose is now fueling up. Marino is coming down across the penultimate Ford chicanes. Let's see here. Moose is out of the pits. Comfortably.
And he slides.
Does he? Yeah, man, that pit
people are forgetting about how wet it is. Yep. People are forgetting how wet it is.
Sucks.
All this time he's losing now. Winter's coming out of the pits. Does he make the same mistake? Let's see.
Marino.
He's getting sloppy. Does he have a full spin out?
No, he does not. Marino behind.
No.
Not able to catch, but still comfortably within third. His teammate behind him. Honestly, Marino's got to be real happy to have a teammate behind him between himself and Arctic.
Yeah, absolutely. This could be a really...
Tony Cow.
What happened?
Had a moment.
Oh, going into the pits.
He was catching, and then boom. Oh my God. Absolutely brutal. That is, oh.
Based on how they're driving, I would swear that he was the hungover one and Winter wasn't. Maybe it's that veggie BLT.
It's that veggie BLT and coffee.
That's right. Marino within, well, just over 3 seconds behind Winter. Winter 4 seconds behind Moose. And Steezy less than a second behind Marino. If Steezy can catch up a little bit more, he will be getting that draft.
And these guys want to work together. This is an amazing. This would be an amazing finish for this team. Even
oh
if,
my God,
even
forget
if
about
Arctic
it.
Gets Steezy, if they're able to hold off.
Oh yeah,
Arctic.
dude, a 3-4 finish for them is going to boost their points massively. It'll be a second podium for Marino. And look, Winter must have made a mistake because Marino is right behind him now.
Right behind him. Oh, come on. Marino smells blood. It is in the water.
And he's stuck right now. He's like, do I, make sure that Steezy's got the toe, or do I go for Winter? And that's a really tough call.
He's got to go for Winter.
I think so too.
Go for Winter. The more people that he can put between himself and Arctic right now, the better.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, listen, it's up to Steezy to keep with him. And what's the gap between Steezy? 2 seconds right now between Steezy and Arctic. This could be an extremely exciting finish for these guys.
It's actually interesting. This is the first time I think we've had so many teammates in positions next to each other. So we've got Marino and Steezy. We've got Arctic Sipex. We've got Demon and Tony, and then Pato and Crispy.
Oh yeah, this is.
They're not all necessarily right next to each other, like with their position wise. Is right there. That's interesting. The closest to a team, I feel like, teamwork we've seen.
Shit,
A possibility for
Tony
teamwork.
has another 3-second penalty for the pit line, I bet.
Yeah,
That
exactly what it's for.
because he was spinning out. This is the unfair.
Yes.
I know we had to vote on it and that to remove the in-game penalties because stuff like this is like you're already having a bad race and then boom, throw this on top.
Exactly.
Of it. Why not? It's just like why.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. And when you're across it because you're spinning, it's like, come on, game.
Yep. Ersto's looking mighty close here on Shino, and Purple ahead has a 3-second penalty, and then Delps is ahead of them. So we have a small train here that looks like Purple's gonna be getting passed by a few people, unfortunately for him.
Yes.
And he'll be ending up back in 10th once it's all said and done. Jump back up front with Marino. Now 1.8 second gap while Winters is flying once again. They've increased that gap once again. Easy, still about a second behind. Arctic, though, closing that gap. That gap is now 1.5 seconds instead of 2. And it's coming down. Arctic is not...
they've got to get a move on. They've got to get a move on.
This is the problem with having a car that's an all-rounder, though, right? I mean, you can try to tune it out as much as you can, making adjustments here and there. But, man, that Mazda must be super quick on the straights.
Oh, Purple, not like this, brother. He was trying to go the outside where it was wet, didn't take that into account, spun. He was having to move on Delps, and it did not play out for him.
Here we go. And look, that's almost a 3-second gap now between Steezy, Marino, and Winter.
Yeah, so this is really...
Steezy's getting ever closer. I don't know if it's the toe or Marino's just having a hard time right now. But now
probably a little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean, Steezy's feeling the pressure, though, from Arctic behind. And Steezy's like, come on, Marino, pick up the pace or move. Like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, they might switch positions, honestly. Or if they can stay this close and bump draft, Steezy could bump Marino, they might be able to just out of Arctic's range a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's inevitable right now.
I guess also at the same time, they can use both cars to try and defend against it. Like,
yeah.
This would be, I mean, what a recovery drive it would be for Arctic.
Oh, absolutely.
And Specs has entered the pits for a final time.
Yep, he's got to fuel up.
Yeah, man. It's all eyes for P3 right now, man.
It is. Steezy, not quite as close to Marino as I thought he would have, and having to break shorter because of his teammate there is just giving Arctic letting him get closer and closer now.
Arctic's within the toe now. He's up. He's got slipstream.
Yep.
I mean, Arctic's going to be making a move here soon or later. Steve's going to have to try and defend as much as he can. I don't know what he'll be able to do. Yeah, I don't know where Marino's pace has gone. Because it feels like Steezy all of a sudden has bounced some.
Yeah, it does.
This will be interesting. I mean, we have 3 laps to go. It does feel inevitable. Arctic's P3. But we're gonna wait and make that final call.
Yeah, you can keep the camera here further behind. Shino is less than 3/10 behind Delps on. They just entered the main straight there.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll see an overtake happen, but you have to be wary because the other parts of the track will be wet, right?
Yep. All right, here we go. Let's see. Oh, Marino goes wide.
Marino.
Well, he almost took
That's
out
it.
Arctic.
He did, yeah. I mean, good on both of them to not do that, but now Marino's got dirty tires, and now Steezy doesn't have a teammate to help defend against.
Nope, and
Arctic.
again, the speed of that Mazda that Arctic is in, man, it's a matter of time.
Yeah, no, it really is. And now we see, so just again further behind, Shino made it past Delps. Delps now returning the favor as they head down to chicane number 2 on this main straight. Yeah, dude, Arctic just looks confident in that car.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Can you hit a replay real quick?
Shino had a moment now.
Yeah, replay that. I wanted to see if there was contact.
Nothing that I can tell so far. No, I don't think so. I think he was moving under braking and it was wet.
Possibly.
I don't
Arctic having quite the run up ahead on Steezy. He's not going to make it past just yet. They're coming into the very intricate part of the track. But look how close he is now.
Yeah, I believe this is the Porsche S's.
Yes, I believe so.
Learning a thing or two from commentating with Winter.
This is looking like a very... Oh, go ahead.
I was just out of curiosity. I want to see what the gap is. So Winter... Wow. These guys are awfully close.
They are awfully close because Moose spun around so badly and took forever to get going that when Winter came out of the pits, they were able to... He closed that gap right up. But, I don't know. This is Moose's race to lose, right?
Yeah, for sure at this point.
We have a possible fight of Crispy vs. Pato in the back. What else is happening? Purple trying to catch Demon. Looks like that might happen sooner or later. Tony Cal just very much in his own fight. He is his own worst enemy today.
Yeah, man. What a brutal race for Tony Cal, man.
Yeah. You can't do anything but feel bad at that point, right?
It's been that way for the season, it feels like.
Yeah, that's for sure. He was so excited for the car as well.
Yeah, back in the AMG, you know, and looking forward to it. It's been nothing but a curse there, I say. Yeah.
You know what? They're good looking liveries. Look your best, feel your best. Not playing nicely today.
No. Well, it is look your best, feel your best, not play your best, right?
Fair enough.
Let's see. We'll jump back up front with the fight for third.
Yeah, man.
As Steezy doing a good job to keep Arctic at bay, it seems. Once again, though, he is within that slipstream range. Anything is
Let's
possible.
see who can make it cleaner through here. Could this be Steezy's podium?
This could be a
debut.
Steezy podium. No, didn't Steezy get a podium in one of the opener series?
Oh, he did get a... Yes, he did. But it'd be his Manu one.
That's very true. And I mean, I feel like if there's a place in the Manu series for him to get a podium, it has to be the track that he advocated so hard for. The track that he advocated so hard for rain to be here in the forecast. He did a rain dance in his pajamas, which, by the way, his pajamas are just his birthday suit. But he goes wide, and he gives Arctic... He just lets Arctic make that move sooner than later. He gets a penalty for it as well. Arctic is knocking on Steezy's back door, and he's just going to come on right on through here when Steezy serves that penalty. Maybe even before. You see him pull alongside here. He's got the top speed. This is a very crucial breaking point as well.
Arctic making it happen. Very good job to get the car slowed down there, Arctic. Jeez.
Yeah. And here
That
we
was
go.
impressive.
Though. You know what though? I mean, listen, he's gonna have a second penalty. His teammates could be behind him, and Marino's gonna be taking fourth place away from Steezy again. They can try to work together to keep up with him, but that half-second penalty is gonna be at a really rough spot.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna be a tough call.
Yeah, I mean, and they've got a minute to the person behind them, so.
Oh, as we see a bit of contact there, I think Arctic's okay, and Steezy looks like he lost a bit of time at the last second there.
Yeah, it does.
All right, now here we go. We've got a break. Very important here. Very important to get a strong exit here. We'll say everyone does. Here we go. Here's the penalty being served. As Marino's going to swap places with Steezy. And here we go. Now, we're a half second down and then growing because of where that penalty line is.
And the gap to Arctic coming ever so slowly down. Let's see how they can do through the S's. And can Steezy make up some time to help give Marino any kind of boost, man? It doesn't look like it. It looks like Arctic is going better through here.
Yeah, I think Arctic has turned Super Saiyan.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. Now 1.6 seconds ahead. The Porsche S is not playing nicely into McLaren's hands, but Mazda randomly. 1.7 seconds now.
Very well here, and we know once he gets in the straight, it's just going to be, you know. Honestly, though, what a phenomenal race either way. If they can catch Arctic, if Arctic happens to make a mistake, I would love to see one of these guys take a podium away. And not that I don't want to see Arctic do well either. I just always enjoy an upset. I think everybody does.
I think everyone does, yeah. Notably, we got two teammates to back now, Delps and Ursto.
There we go. And how are they looking?
They're at P6 and 7. They way behind Steezy, like I said. Delps is the minute position behind Steezy, so they're looking just fine as long as they can hold off. Yeah, a whole minute, yeah.
So and we are entering the final, some of the final laps here, right? So it looks like Tony Cal is going to be trying to catch Eno. Press the right button, maybe. He has 3 seconds gap. I wonder if he's going to be able to make that points up or not.
Yeah, it's so tough because everyone's lap times have been so inconsistent between penalties and sliding around and whatever it might be. Yeah. I mean, typically you'd say Tony Cal's got the pace on Shino, but I can't even say that for sure right now.
Right, it's difficult. You see Purple on Demon having a little bit of OC. He's about a second behind, so he can't exactly fight right now. But if he's gaining, he may have a look at the end of the lap. Specs in 12th, and how about someone who was flying high, like Icarus?
Yeah, man.
Flew too close to the sun.
And Crispy's gonna have to pit for fuel.
Ooh, that is
His offset strategy did not work out whatsoever, unfortunately. And shockingly, his rears are so much worse than his fronts.
Oh my! Well,
I guess that's just a BAW thing.
Pato is still in intermediates.
Oh, Pato, you're not helping yourself there. That must be why Crispy got him so quickly earlier.
I think so. Oh, he's sliding around the place too, and he's sliding.
Yeah,
into
look
the
how
walls.
shot the tires are, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's running on dead tires. If he, I think I would just pit just so I have a halfway decent final lap.
Yeah, that's what I would do, to be honest.
You know, he's 30 seconds behind Crispy. Maybe he thinks he can, but his rear left tire is completely dead. He's gonna stay out though.
He's gonna stay out.
He says Zugger's gonna zug.
Zugger's gonna zug. That's right. That's right. So it looks like we have a possibility here. Depends on how this next lap goes for them. Specs just over a second behind Purple, who was a second behind Demon. So we have a possible little mishap going on there. Delps typing to his teammate while he's on this forever straight, saying, "Let's go across the line together." I love that.
To see.
I love that. You know what? We can see the steam from Marino and Steezy.
Oh no! His Delps goes into the wall.
That is not where.
Hold on. That was some lag.
Oh, that. Yeah, I saw that before too with someone. I was like, "What just happened?"
That was some rubber banding if I've ever seen it in my entire life.
Yeah, really.
Holy.
I saw Crispy in the gravel, and then he's back on track. I'm like, "What just happened?"
Yeah, this makes sense for sure.
we the way this is shaking out, and we gotta applaud Moose for bringing down Winters, who was rampant around here.
Between that and Arctic strategy, really seemed like it worked out for him.
Yeah, it did. It really, really
He
does.
went for the undercut and made it stick, and I mean, take home P3 is really good.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was just great to see. As Moose, he's gonna start his last lap here. Making the Porsche owners proud.
Yeah, Moose has done a good job this race. Look, he's on those. He's got some wet track underneath him too. Not too much left on here though. It's dried up considerably. I do wonder if Winter's got any pace left in him to try to catch him, but I feel like
Specs making a move on purple. Sorry to interrupt you.
All right, I'm trying to find the track position.
P11.
And we missed the move. Dang.
Yeah.
Next up now, less than a second down on Demon ahead. Looking like
he's got pace out of nowhere.
He's looking racy, so we'll see what happens if he's able to make something happen on Demon as well.
Only not quite fast enough to catch Shino, still 3.7 seconds behind.
Yeah, I know we've discussed this before. Having races that you want to forget about, and again, feels like it's been the tone for Tony's season. I don't know what happened, but yeah, this is one that he's gonna definitely want to forget about, I think.
Yeah, I think so. That's unfortunate, but the car looks fantastic.
Yeah, the livery looks great. Love it.
Yeah.
6 hours. I don't mean to come off as a dick. Yeah. I mean, for someone who had such an amazing season last season, it's been a rough one for sure. And what did Tony didn't change cars? They were always on the AMG, right?
Correct. But you know what? For him to still be so high up at the points, though, like you got to give it to him.
He's had a hell of recovery drives almost every season.
Yes,
race.
he has.
This is probably the worst one that he's had, I think, because just due to the weather, I think. Really not playing any.
And his gamble, right? Like in the end, it was his choice, right?
Yeah.
And he, whether you think it won't be as bad or you think you could handle it, and there's no doubt that he could have, maybe if it was just a little less wet, right?
Right. Let's see here. Looks like they're going to be taking home 8th place. Ersto and Delps looking across the line together, hand in hand. Marino and Steezy also had a hell of a race together.
Oh, yeah.
Steezy has a half-second penalty. These guys are racing, having fun. I hope they don't crash out.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they have a minute and change on the guys behind them, so,
Ooh,
Steezy goes wide, goes a bit sideways.
Specs racing to the very end. They're down the main street now. He's within 0.4 of Demon.
Wow.
Can he make up another spot? Can he be the filling in the DT Rennenworks sandwich?
Let's find out. What dish is known in Ireland?
What?
What dish is well known in Ireland?
Corned beef, potatoes.
True. Corned beef and
Guinness.
Maybe the creamy head of a Guinness pint.
You've never had a potato sandwich?
I can't say I have, no.
I mean, mashed potato on a sandwich has got to be a good filling, right?
What? I mean, can't you just do like a
Oh, here he goes.
Double down?
Yes, that's true. That's a good point.
Oh, I'm a
Dude.
person.
Putting that draft to work, putting the speed of that Mazda to work.
Yeah, man. Well, he gets a little bit squirrely, but I think he's going to be able to hold on to it.
Can he keep Demon at bay for the rest of this lap is the question.
We will find out. We are chugging a run up front, though. With our race
look how
leader.
gorgeous the weather is all of a sudden.
I know, right?
As we're rounding on to the race end here at Le Mans.
Le Mans Omelette du Fromage.
Omelette du Fromage Le Mans.
And Moose.
A very well-deserved victory to Moose here.
Great job. Great job. Yeah, did a wonderful race. Winter, man, absolutely flying laps here. I thought was going to win for sure. And then Arctic having an alternative strategy played out in his favor. Love to see it. Followed by
love that.
Two of our three stooges. Marino taking home fourth. They're not quite hand in hand. Marino's going to take fourth. Steezy takes home sixth. Followed by Delps. The half second. Now we got a minute. No, we have a 180, I think, timer. So 180-second timer going. Let's see what happens here.
We still got fighting on track 2 while they are coming home. We've got Specs trying to defend Demon. They're both getting a little bit squirrely. Let's see what they can do.
Oh, Demon goes wide.
And there's no more fighting there. That is Specs' position.
There it is. Tony Cal up in 9th. Tony Cal made some work, though, on Shino. 1.3 seconds.
Wow, really cut it down in like half again in another lap or two.
Yeah.
That is once again impressive.
Racing, I mean, oh my God, Shino's almost out of fuel.
Delps goes wide, but it's okay because his teammate's right behind him.
Dude, Shino is so on fuel.
This is going to be a good look. Good look for Delps and Ersto.
Here we go. We'll jump on board. Hopefully they can.
It's a busy but a good-looking livery.
They actually have time to. Oh yeah, we have a minute 36. Okay, perfect. It's a livery. It's one of the liveries.
I don't mind it.
Oh my God, but Tony Cal!
Oh my God! Tony Cal saw the opportunity, man.
Hold on there. Yeah, I think Shino ran out of fuel, or he was just trying to fuel save. But Tony takes him, and he sees these two trying to plan their crossing the finish line together. Maybe they didn't quite see him because they think they have all the time in the world. But Tony Cal was so close to making up 2 spots here.
Yeah, man, that would have been something else. And you can't say nothing against him for doing that.
No, not at all. It's free real estate.
That's right. And we had to see Crispy round in the corner to finish his last lap. I don't know if he'll make it in time.
45 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Man, if Tony was able to make up those last 2 spots, that would have been some weight off the shoulders, I feel like. But yeah, what a race is Tony Cal. Holy dude.
What a race indeed, brother.
Winter in Discord saying, what a fucking shit show.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was really interesting with the rain, though. Really, really interesting. Crispy's just going to miss out crossing the finish line, it looks like. 1 second remaining. There it is. Tony Cal did 3
what a
tests of
race.
the weather and it never got wet enough that you could risk the softs. Wild. But kudos to Moose. Started P3, ends up winning the race there. I mean, he had a very good race. I don't think he made too many mistakes that we saw, at least. But, I mean, Winters really had the pace early on, and I thought for sure he's going to be coming home the winner, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, I suppose.
That's it. That is it.
But Marino and Steezy, that's an awesome finish for their team.
That was killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, P4, P5. Delps and Ersto 6-7. I mean, really.
Great finish, yeah.
Yeah, Demon had a really shitty thing with Steezy's upset around the first or second chicane in the first lap. That was really, really, really unfortunate.
Well, you know, that is motor racing. We went racing. And that's it for
went racing.
That's it for the second to last race here for the season. We have one more we'll have to do next weekend. We are going to be at Circuit de Spa, which is one of my favorite tracks ever, and very excited for that. The opener series will be a Mini Cooper Cup Series, which I get to race in for the final race of the season, and that car, just chef's kiss. It's lovely to drive.
Yeah, I love that thing.
And then, of course, we have the Group 3 Manufacturer Series coming to a close, and we'll be giving out awards for first and second and third place, and we'll get to see who finishes on top as far as team points go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely right. It was wild. I mean, just like, what a race, what a finish. I'm stoked for the last race of the season. Let's make it a good one.
Absolutely looking forward to making a good one. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here. If you're here, if not, we'll, thanks anyway. We're on YouTube, of course. We'll be uploading VOD for everyone to be able to watch after the fact. I hope everyone had fun today. And if you didn't, well, go get a drink, and it's one to forget.
Yep, that's it. Cheers, everyone.
All right, everyone. Have a good day.